Welcome back to Steam-Powered Scoundrels, a Malifaux podcast. Episode 69, Shrinkflation, took 2 inches off my boomstick.
Fucking countdown.
Which I feel is unfair.
Like I'm paying attention most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just pretend it's not there. Like, we're almost never surprised by the recording starting anyway. It comes up with the big red record in the middle of the screen.
Oh.
Damn, brutal. The illusion has been shattered.
My feelings.
I'm sorry.
What about my immersion, Victoria?
The immersion in the podcast.
We'll get you an immersion blender. It'll be fine.
I have.
The podcast immersion.
Okay, but I have an immersion blender, and it's actually really, really nice.
Oh yeah, no, they're fantastic. We have one too. It's the best way I've found to get, like when you're making potato soup and you want to grind up the potatoes just a little bit, but leave some chunks.
Yeah, I do that
way.
with
just stick that sucker.
I do
in
that with broccoli cheddar soup.
Nice. Love broccoli cheddar soup. Roman doesn't because he's a coward.
Well, Roman doesn't like broccoli.
I'm too busy eating the potatoes.
Yeah, because he's a coward.
See, I also put potatoes.
I'm too busy eating the potatoes.
I also put potatoes in my broccoli cheddar soup, and sometimes carrots.
Vegetals.
See, you're starting to build a soup that sounds good. We just need to remove the broccoli.
Okay, but like, I like broccoli. And so...
Okay. Well, I appreciate you protecting me from it.
5-year-old.
It's like one of the few things that I just straight up do not like, so and I've tried it recently.
That's fine. Whatever. Everybody has their own tastes.
Yep.
Also, like, you can't call him a 5-year-old because he doesn't like broccoli, because our 4-year-old loves broccoli. It's not an age thing.
I am worse than a 5-year-old.
Some people are weird about it.
Broccoli.
Like, I've always been into broccoli, so like it's just kind of a thing for some people and not for others. Just your taste buds, I guess.
Yeah, like
I just assume it's my version of like other people can't eat cilantro.
See, I don't like.
Possible.
I can't stand cauliflower, so
See, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of cauliflower either.
And see, to me, cauliflower doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like whatever you cook it with. So it's crunchy flavor.
It's hard.
The texture is wrong.
The texture is wrong, and it's really hard for me to describe the taste. But it tastes, and it's a taste that I don't care for.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep. I'm with Victoria on this
I
one.
want to say maybe like green dirt. Like,
yeah, it's got kind of an earthy, dirty thing that I'm just not into. Just the way it presents itself.
Yeah, and just like
it's not my favorite.
Yeah, no, cauliflower rice. I can't do it. I can do like a cauliflower crust on a pizza because it's got enough tomato sauce. But like other stuff.
That's what you need, Roman. You put pizza sauce on your broccoli.
Okay.
Broccoli crust pizza.
And here's the thing. My theory was, if there's a way I'll like broccoli, it'll be broccoli cheddar soup because it's like 90% cheese. Yeah. No, the flavor of broccoli, the like bitter I hate you that just comes out of that plant overruns cheese and makes it bad.
That's wild.
I get it.
Like that's also wild to me, but like I fully understand because I'm the same with cauliflower.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who's my wife messaging me about?
Cauliflower. She's asking if you want broccoli.
Cauliflower tastes awful because it's undead broccoli. You're tasting zombies. Yep. I agree, honey.
Tell your wife she's right.
Vic says you're right. I'm yelling through the floor because she's upstairs, but I guess she can hear me.
Toria, what's one of my food icks? I'm drawing a blank.
She's right outside.
What's one of my food icks? I'm drawing a blank.
I don't have a ton. I don't have a ton of food icks.
I know from olives.
Yeah, not in olives.
I will do black olives on pizza because at that point you don't really taste them.
Nope. That's my broccoli for pizza. Like, nope.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
I know you're not a huge fan of tomatoes.
Yeah, not a raw tomato fan.
Me neither. And I don't think Doug is either. He doesn't like chunks of tomatoes, right?
I like it sliced on burgers.
Okay, but I know for a while also you weren't into pickles or mushrooms, but
mushrooms.
Okay, I have an explanation for both of those. Okay, pickles is the same thing with olives. Too much brine makes my tummy icky.
That's fair.
And so, like, I do now eat pickles out of the jar, but I gotta, like, squeeze them.
Get some of that juice
I have to
off.
juice the pickle. I've got to drain the pickle
Have you
before I can
Have you
enjoy
considered
it.
getting one of those? They've got those like jars that you like. It's like almost like hourglass shaped, where you like put all the shit in, and then like you leave it in the juice, and then when you want a pickle, you flip it over, and it drains all the juice into like a bottom reservoir. And then all the pickles are not in the juice.
I've seen those, but like he's talking about like squeezing it out of the pickle itself.
Sure, but I feel like that would help a little bit. That way you get it out less juicy.
And I feel like olives are like 90% brine flavor.
I mean, the green manzanilla olives, yeah, I totally see, but like black olives,
okay.
they sit in some other fluid. It's not brine,
And then
though.
And then the mushroom thing was texture ick from when I was younger. I had a lot of texture
That's
icks
fair.
when I was growing up. But now I just learned that you're supposed to cook them the right
Well-
way.
I love mushrooms.
Okay. Anyways, now that we're done
Welcome back
talking
to
about
Steve
draining
Howard's
pickles.
Scoundrels.
Well,
You gotta leave that whole food discussion.
you do. Yeah, it's only like
That's-
6 minutes.
That's the cold open now.
Okay. Go run for the
Welcome
Nate.
back
It's
to
your
Steve
episode
Howard's
now.
Scoundrels, a Malifaux podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Nate. The one I interrupted was Doug. Say hi, Doug. Oh, he's drinking.
He's busy.
He's drinking.
Hello.
And we've got Victoria, as always,
Hi.
and Roman.
Hi, Doug.
Hello.
Hopefully I'll have less breathing sounds on this episode because I've got a new mic.
You sound good. I think we're good. So hopefully we'll see how this one turns out.
Well, I can also...
What are we talking about tonight,
also
guys?
What are we talking about tonight, Nate?
I don't know.
What surprising topic do we have for everybody
What new and exciting,
You're gonna
not
be
in a
talking
serious
that
thing?
won't match the last two episodes? Oh, right, we're talking about more Ashes of Malifaux. With
Asses.
Asses
of
of
Malifaux.
Man, that really has spread beyond our.
Yep.
I just listened to Breachburn today, and they fucking introduced it as Asses of Malifaux. I'm so proud.
Yep.
We're like a fun, contagious
Like
disease.
some kind of virus.
Like zombieism if it was fun.
If you think you have steam-powered scoundrels, talk to your doctor.
You don't think zombieism is fun on its own?
If you're the zombies, I think it's great.
Right, we're going to be covering 2 new factions this time. No, we should just cover factions we already
Just
covered
go back
before.
over it. Did we miss
Just to
anything?
piss people off.
Like a 3-hour cold open.
That was the best part. Like, I've specifically been ignoring other people's discussions on this thing because I want to come into it stupid. Be like, oh yeah, this is going to be bad, and this is going to be good, and it's going to be complete opposite of what the pros think.
There seems to be a lot of like split opinions across the internet, which is a good sign to me. I think, honestly, if people are not come to a full consensus, that means maybe there's things to discover in actual play. For instance,
Yeah.
So what factions are we covering,
I believe
Nate?
We are
the
covering
host?
Outcasts and then Bayou, which I mean, some people here might have opinions on.
I got opinions on Outcasts. Hell
Me
yeah.
too, honestly. Actually, not really. I've played Yellow a time or two.
I've got my usual opinions.
I mostly just play against
And those are
Yellow.
honestly
Well,
the
no,
most
I still-
valuable opinions, Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
We've only got a few
Yeah,
models.
like 9, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
yeah,
8,
9.
and 9er.
Just a few.
a nice small
All right.
faction to go with a slightly larger one.
The one thing that I find kind of weird is the well, I guess never mind. It's by keyword. My bad. I keep forgetting. I was like, why are they ordered
It's
this way?
alphabetical.
It's alphabetical
Yep.
by keyword. And Silas is just
they-
fucking
they-
weird. But anyways, we're
They
not gonna
hit
get to
everyone's
Silas.
favorite outcast keyword, asylum.
What? Technically, he's still part of the theme. He is a dual
I know.
keyword
I know.
model.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay, let's do V. Heartright is very
Incredibly
steampunk.
steampunk.
Yep.
So steampunk. Just all the metal bits
Does
and
she have enough
straps
belts?
and stuff.
No.
And
More belts.
no. Also, I don't know about you, but I feel like she is voiced by Monica.
Our Monica? Absolutely.
Incredible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fisher.
like I can't picture anything but Monica's voice coming out of V.
Yeah.
So take from that which was. But she comes with her brother, a bit of her backstory. She's sadly amalgam, but also obliteration. Hooray. I'm very sorry, V. But she decided to mess around with engines and somehow fuck with time. Whoops. Which, by the way, excellent idea. When you were going through your first prototype of something as volatile as an engine, strap it to your brother.
Yeah.
Strap it to his fucking
To be fair, you have a brother. You know how sibling relationships work.
Strap a flux capacitor to him and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, why not you?
I'm apparently a bad sibling.
See, the thing that these two have going for them, as far as like being under the under the amalgam keyword, is they appear to be employees, which is to their benefit, as opposed to
how do you
some other
how do you think
other relationship?
How do you think the Bennies are under Leviticus?
I feel like it's probably pretty good medical, at least. Like, if you lose an arm, you're getting a new metal arm just covered. Yeah.
I think it's something.
But, like, what I was...
You get some cool juices to pump in your body.
Yum. Just replace my blood with, antifreeze. It'll be fine.
With Mountain Dew. That's what Herbert's got in those tubes.
Just Mountain Dew.
He's just pumping pure Mountain Dew into those veins.
See, but like what I was gonna say is that most likely my brother would have been the one to build the flux capacitator, and he would be asking me to strap it to him to see what happens.
Hell yeah! You know what? Honestly, what are siblings for if not strapping mysterious time engines onto each other?
Okay. So they accidentally take a slight jaunt through time, and then fucking Granddaddy Ionis just like stops them.
One of them did a slight jaunt, the other one did slightly longer.
Slightly, it's a bit of time. I like it because my initial thought on Ionis, and this is probably also colored by the fact that there's a particular Penny Dreadful that utilizes him, but I feel like he is normally more violent towards people that are fucking with time. But these two, he's just like, don't do it again, please.
Please stop.
Maybe he just appreciates their sense of style.
That is yes, that is so. How long do you think it takes her to put on her straps?
Like an hour at least. That is an hour worth strapping up in the morning.
And these are her walking around straps. You don't want to see her formal straps.
Her fancy dress straps.
Yep. There's crisscrosses. There's like weird leather braiding. Oh yeah.
Shibari. Okay.
I was gonna posit the theory that she just sleeps in them.
Oh,
also fair.
That's I on it. I feel sorry for that mattress.
That just seems uncomfortable.
It can't be.
You get used to it.
It can't be any worse than sleeping in a bra, and I've done it. So
it's fair.
Okay, the price she has to pay for fashion. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about what she does on paper or on card, I guess. It's cost of 8, 5552, the defensive line. Living in a construct, very standard for an amalgam keyword. God, her card is fucking
she's got
busy.
A lot going on.
Okay, so armor 1, pretty fine. Entropy that you kind of have to have being an amalgam. From nothing, which you kind of have to have being an obliteration. Back in a flash is for how the fuck does...
How do you do the obliteration stuff in amalgam? How do we combine these abilities? Oh fuck, oh god.
Oh no.
I buried myself and I can't get up. So yeah, she can just jump to a friendly amalgam, which is nice. It's a nice extra. Yep. Which, I mean, also is not undo in an obliteration keyword if you just need to unbury next to, like, Herbert, for instance.
Well, exactly.
Did we ever get, like, an FAQ or something on exactly what happens when you don't have an unbury effect? Because we know what happens if you can't unbury in the place you're supposed to. You go into your deployment zone. But what if there's literally no text for you to get back onto the board?
I would assume...
Not sure off the top of my head.
I would assume the model dies if it can't unbury.
Well, it does.
At the end of the game, yeah, they do.
It would likely just stay buried if there's no bury effect. That just seems so unlikely.
Well, and I also can't think of any
Because most
I can't think of any berry effect that doesn't have an unbury.
doesn't have some ability to unbury you. I guess technically, I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I know this one.
He's using his brain.
We're doomed.
Yep. Yep. If you copy the Soulstone Miner's berry with Cassandra,
Then I guess she stays buried and then dies at the end of the game. Good job, Cassandra.
Yep.
I made that realization at the start of 3rd edition. Like, hey, look at this dumb thing that does absolutely nothing for you.
She just stays buried and then dies. Good job. So if you obey Cassandra, if you have some way to obey her to do a bonus action, to copy that, to bury yourself, you can kill your enemy's Cassandra. We've done it. We've broken Malifaux. But back to V.
Going back to V.
Okay. Hard to kill is an armor 1 on defensive abilities on a 5/5 wounds to cost. Not bad for an enforcer.
There's plenty of healing in at least Amalgam, so yeah, that's not undue.
Clockwork arm and stutter time. Nothing particularly spectacular about those two.
Hey, look, healing.
I'm surprised she doesn't.
Yep.
Oh, hey, look, healing.
About?
No ranged attack. Seems weird. Like, she's not a beater, which makes me think, like, most things that aren't beaters have some kind of ranged attack.
She's probably looks like she's pretty, like, very supporty.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's your person behind the front line, so she has people in range of her, like, 6-inch heal or stutter time, or she's moving people around with gather intel.
Oh, yeah, gather intel's awesome.
Yeah.
Activation, put this mount target up to more. Direction of the miles and walls from the can't distract. Gather intel. Okay, so a nice push for a friendly model.
She can discard a card and swap out with something one better than the card she discarded on our bonus action.
Oh yeah, that is probably my favorite new action of this entire wave.
Yeah,
I want to see it on so many more things.
Just to get in brain theory mode, I could see hiring her in Zip 2 and Outcasts and like just gather intelling on like Zip. Like push it in, give a pulse out distracted. That's kind of fun.
That'd be pretty great, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, Amalgam and Obliteration are some of the keywords I don't play a lot in Outcasts, so I can't speak to them, but yeah, I like her.
Oh, ew, out of sync. I don't like that.
Ooh, that's nice.
Because there's a decent amount of like centerpiece beaters on both of these keywords, and the fact that you can just make them
force like an ashes and dust in with negatives to hit them.
Yeah,
that's even like a stupid Deso engine, because those things are so notoriously easy to hit. But if you throw them on negatives, it's like, well, bare minimum you can always cheat over what they throw at them. Yeah, that's pretty spicy. I mean,
especially when you look at Jerry Rig.
Yeah, and she's the best way she can force it is if she jury rigs out, like discards a 4, grabs a 5 of masks if it's in your discard. So she's got ways to get it, but she's an enforcer, so it's a trigger you have to fish for.
She'd have to discard a 6 to draw a 5.
No, you draw a card
I didn't.
The discarded plus
good.
1, yeah. So if you discard a 4, you can grab a 5 of masks.
Okay.
So.
Oh wait, no, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. Thank God it says non-joke.
She can fish for it. It's I like it. It's a cute trigger.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any like spectacular thoughts on her? I think a decent amount of support in Amalgam. That I know more about Amalgam than Obliteration, because Obliteration terrifies me as far as like how it's supposed to play.
I don't know where she fits in Obliteration, because I barely understand Obliteration.
I would bet she helps out with Terra 2. Well, she's going to help out with both, because healing is never a bad thing. And with Terra, since she can heal and then discard 2 unbury, if someone's trying really hard not to let you unbury your summoned void puppies, then you can just say, no, screw it, they're coming out.
She has an extra way to get out summons if you don't have a good way to get fast on an enemy. You can use her to pull someone. Not bad.
Okay, Victoria. Your all-important verdict.
Oh, come on. We all know what the answer is. Smash.
Yeah.
Like,
absolute smash.
Any other answer is wrong.
Yep. Yeah. She's cutie. I like her.
Just be careful with all the pokey bits, because they're going to stay on.
I mean, could you imagine how long it would take to take off all those straps?
I mean, yeah, you gotta be
Yeah, I
careful with
guess. Okay.
positioning, but still, with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, moving on. Her brother, Hard Stop Herbert.
Oh, Herbert.
Herbert. Should have put the last name on there too, just to see
Long
them
title.
just to see them either A, have to like reduce the size of the text, which is always funny to see like a little correction like that, or like have Heartright like curve downwards beneath the
I'm
cost.
surprised they didn't put it on V, because again, 3 letters, but I guess it's more snappy that way.
Okay. He is another engineering sciencey type person, like a sister. They got the engine thingy going, decided to strap it to himself, the dumbass. You can use the excuse that V is like, I'm gonna mess with my brother by just possibly killing him.
Tee.
Hilarious. But the fact that he allowed it to
do
happen.
it. You won't. I'm built different.
But he's the nice gentleman that accidentally got stuck in time and apparently like saw the vast majority of history and kind of messed with him a lot. So he's probably got some demons going on in that old brain of his. I like his
That's
hat.
why he wears the hat.
The blurb does say he's haunted by visions, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who isn't? Y'all
Oh, of
are haunted by
course.
visions,
I'm
right?
haunted by smells.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Cost 7, so cheaper than his sister. Construct living 5. It's movement 6. Hell yes, and a
Zoomy.
and a Mountain Dew
That's the
powered
Mountain Dew.
wheelchair.
Yep.
He is juiced up.
Does Mountain Dew still make
Yes.
amp?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Advanced Mountain Dew. Got a nice art on him. Agent of Destruction and any models that activate with fast suffer 2 damage, which is great. A little bit of that mitigation of like, oh, Terra's supposed to be putting fast on things to strip it off, and sometimes they get to make use of that fast anyways. Another way to sort of mitigate that, but at least, hey, make them suffer damage.
And he can potentially
armor.
set that up too with his time storm. That we'll see in a minute.
Time Storm! Armor 1, hard to wound.
Yeah, I think if you told me nothing else about this
Back-
card, Armor 1, hard to wound, and onward with move 6, banger. Love it.
Yeah.
That's a solid
Sudden-
card.
That's pretty good.
And also, this is an outcast where essentially, if they want to do any really scheme marker heavy scheming, they pretty much have to bring either the donkey or Leapy Boy, whose name I'm forgetting. Stalker, yes. So he's another 7-8 out of keyword guy who's moving, who can drop 2 schemes a turn with onward. Like that by itself is already good.
All right. For wounds equal to costs, all nice and good. Void Strike for his main attack, and then burst of speed, even more movement. Hooray!
He's a quick little guy.
Prey on Nothingness, Vile Reclamation.
Backtrack to grab 2 cards, value 7 or less from the discard. Not bad.
That is
Get
nice.
some cards back in hand.
And then Time Storm. As
He can
mentioned
either he can basically
before.
pulse out a 13 move duel for fast or slow on enemy models. So he can either set up an aura of like, oh, all these models have fast and they'll just take a bunch of damage, or all these models have to duel or gain slow. Oof. And it's got the old Back to the Future reference, 88 mile per hour trigger, which lets him bury if he didn't unbury this turn. Gotta go fast. Awesome. I love that.
The dude in a rocket powered wheelchair, Mountain Dew powered wheelchair, sorry, just rolls up in the middle of your crew, creates a fucking storm out of time, and then just poofs out of existence.
Oh, I gotta add the like flame bursts behind his like wheel tracks.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be so good.
Yeah.
I hope he's not too big, so I can fit that behind him on his 40 base.
Even if he is, I think this is one where, assuming it's possible, you put him forward on the
Like have him
base,
coming
but
off
like,
the base a little bit.
yeah, doing like a wheelie as he's going off the base. Yeah,
that'd be
heck
fun.
yeah.
I'm feeling like he's gonna fit on the majority of that 40. Like head can or theory. theory that the reason his artwork looks like that, where he's almost partially upright, is because that's the only way you could fit that thing on a 40.
I'm curious how big this model's going to be. How much space on a 40 it'll take up.
Okay, any other thoughts?
I think of the two, like, he's probably the one that sees the most play, just because he's got great movement options, which is solid in both crews. Like, less necessary in Terra, but definitely useful in Leviticus. Just have this guy just zoom off and mess with people.
It's got the zooms. All right, Victoria.
Honestly, gonna have to pass. Heath.
Is it the Mountain Dew?
I have admitted multiple times that I have a type for men on this podcast, and he's just not it.
Fair enough.
What if he had a ponytail?
I would say maybe if it was a braid. It would be a hard maybe at that point. As long as he took off the...
He also has a lot of trauma to work through.
As long as he took off the hat.
Yeah.
Look, this is like a one-night stand type of deal, not like I'm going to be your girlfriend and help you heal your trauma.
Yeah, for sure.
He just going with the backstory, he seems not like the kind of person that wouldn't be that interested, but I'm also going to say pass because I don't like his facial hair.
Yeah.
I understand he's traumatized by seeing the reality and time and all of that nonsense, but clean yourself up, my guy.
Yeah.
I'd buy him a beer,
Okay.
though.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
A Mountain Dew branded beer.
Hard
Mountain Dew
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
There it is.
You're goddamn right.
Yep.
The ultimate time traveler's drink. The 1908 mind cannot comprehend hard Mountain Dew seltzer.
Specifically Baja Blast. Hard Mountain Dew
Specifically Baja Blast. God, but now I have to look up when Mountain Dew was created.
Earlier than you'd think.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna hurt my brain. Someone talk about Silas while I'm doing this.
Does this mean that he looks like he needs like a big keyboard in front of him? No, Herbert. Sorry, I haven't gotten to Silas yet.
I don't think he needs a big keyboard. I think on the arms of his chair, he needs one of those like ergonomic keyboards, but like half on either side.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And like a trackball.
Oh, he would use a trackball. He looks like a trackball guy. It's more responsive.
Okay, now we can talk about Silas. And a large lad.
Asylum and Half-Blood.
So
very Mr. Hyde.
Studied Black Blood at Smedley's Asylum and accidentally turned himself into a horrifying monster. And so fled the asylum with at least some of his patients and loyal staff, and now hangs around a beggar tree, doing some dealings with the Nephilim to get access to pure Black Blood. So he's an outcast. That's the reasoning we're having an outcast henchman with the Asylum and Half-Blood keyword, which admittedly is extremely clever by Weird to do this very, very odd thing within the rules of M3 that still works.
Pretty wacky.
Everyone's like, when are we going to get an Asylum Master in Gil, or when are we going to get a Half-Blood Master in Neverborn? Where it's
Here
like,
you are,
fuck
fuckers.
you. Neither of those.
You get Dr. Silas and Outcasts.
So this definitely seems like I don't know, but I just don't know about playing henchmen as masters if this guy is like an actual viable take.
Like there's a lot of people excited
or
about
not.
him. So I guess we'll kind of see how it shakes out. He's got some cool stuff that he does, but like I don't know if that makes up for what you're losing out on. So this is going to be one to keep an eye on.
What is the stuff that he does, Nate?
Well, I think so he's got kind of the standard. He's a 10-stone model with 12 wounds, so he's pretty hardy for a demi master effectively. He can help friendly half-bloods and asylum models ignore black blood, even though the asylum models or the half-bloods already could. He's got black blood, and kind of the big thing he does is he puts out upgrades at the start of his activation. He can put out one, and then he can discard a card if he's the leader to put out a second. And those get slapped on your either an asylum or a half-blood, depending on the upgrade you put out, to give them a bunch of abilities. He's got a lot going on. What's
that?
Oh, and he can also, if any asylum models get killed, he can discard to turn them into blood wretches, which is cute.
Mm-hmm. And they keep their asylum upgrade if you put them on them. Be neat. Okay, now like
without discarding any upgrades. So if you upgraded them with any upgrades, they keep those as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, What? Can like Grimmel or Artsbane abuse anything in Outcast? Wait, no, Outcast is bad.
They have okay upgrades. I feel like you wouldn't be too remiss to put like Wanted Criminal on an Orderly, and then if the Orderly died, you'd get a Blood Wretch with Wanted Criminal. That wouldn't be bad. But yeah, he's got Toss, which is, size 3, another size 3 tosser in Outcast. They, toss people up into stuff. Let's see.
He's got some pretty sweet critters on that Toss as well.
Yeah.
One gives the tossed model focused. The other one,
a built-in
one
trigger.
flew east, built in. Lets him take his bonus action targeting the same model. That is clarified as once per turn, so essentially he gets to, if he tosses somebody, do his bonus action twice. And that bonus action to cut to the end is an 8-inch range, needs a 5, target a friendly. Target resolves any 2 of the following effects. Heal 1, push 2, draw a card. Then they suffer 1 irreducible damage. So,
which then
I see that I
procs Black Blood, which he gives on one of his upgrades. The upgrade that he puts on Half-Bloods.
Yeah.
Or if you bring Barbaros, which you probably will.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Barbaros slots nicely into this small crew thing. His melee attack's pretty good. He's got a 2/4/5 with Drink Blood. Drink Blood's pretty nice, given he has no real defense tech.
Yep.
And also the Sedate that action's solid, too. Target gains slow, and the discards are gained staggered.
Yeah, and that's a stat 6 versus willpower. Again, 8 inches kind of seems to be the extent of his range.
Yeah. And then he's got on your heels on that, so he can jump in and start punching.
Oh, on heels. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an interesting piece.
Yeah. And I also want to call out, this is happening right after all the Half-Bloods, other than the Blood Wretches that previously got touched, all got a big glow up. So I do think there's some play here. I don't know how he's going to be compared to just a straight-up master, but I would not be surprised if we hear someone's really put in the time to, like, unlock this crew by, like, the end of the year or something.
There's going to be people having fun with this.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, he's got separate upgrades for either his Half-Blood models or his Asylum models. For his Asylum models, he gives them Hunting Partner, so they're North Friendly Fire. Both the upgrades give you an ability. You can discard the upgrade to have a positive and choose a suit to add to the actions duel, then discard the upgrade. The Asylum...
So stealing from Marcus there
a little bit. The Asylum upgrade lets you end a condition on a target friendly, and then the target suffers an irreducible damage. And then the Half-Blood upgrade gives the model Black Blood, and they also gain Leap. It's a stat 3, target number 10 mask, so you need a 7 mask to do the Leap. But you can discard the upgrade to get a positive and the mask built in for that Leap. So, if you really need it to go off, you can make it go off.
Well, Jesus Christ, Angel Eyes with fucking Leap.
Yep. Just find a nice sniping zone and jump up there and go to town. Yeah, I think that's all of Dr. Silas in a nutshell. Again, I think this will be very interesting to see play out.
I'm not excited for that toss mixed in with reckless research on a model with Black Blood, which means you're splashing it twice in one AP.
Toss like Maurice or Tuco at someone, or just a Blood Wretch.
There's some bones. Okay, Victoria.
I feel like he has the ability to clean up real nice, but as he is currently, I have to pass.
Yeah, I think I'm with Victoria on this one. I think if you let him know, hey, Dr. Legally Distinct Hyde, it's time to go out on the town and dress up and everything, I think he's going to get the top hat, the tails, the everything, and clean up very nice and be the scariest thing in a tuxedo you've ever seen.
My dude take a shower and put on some clothes that fit, and...
Yeah.
Would.
Yeah, I'm going into this question under the impression that the person has been cleaned up and had their shots and everything. Otherwise, it's going to be like a. Otherwise, it's going to be like a straight.
I want him gross.
Look.
Otherwise, it's going to be a straight no for the entirety of the Bayou faction.
Look,
so...
there are some dudes that are hotter when they're dirty. He is not one of them.
Yes, we're all.
Yeah, no, he needs a.
We're all aware of Henry Cavill. It's cool.
He needs Beauty and the Beast glow up.
Mm.
Also want to see him eat soup, but anyways. Yeah, it's gonna be a smash for me. I'll be perfectly
I'm on
honest.
this full smash train.
He's got glowing red eyes, Victoria.
I'm a smash with caveats.
Okay, I'm gonna say absolutely fucking no with trial and error though. Let's talk about them. That's certainly a name.
Goofy sons of bitches.
I absolutely love two people in the same fucking base. I love it so damn much.
Silly guys.
Very lumpy guys.
Lumpy.
Silly, lumpy guys.
Former patients.
Former patients. I think they're still patients.
The former patients, current test subjects.
Silly, lumpy, barefoot guys.
Yep. They got some wrappings.
They got shoes.
They need shoes. They need shoes.
Just their toesies.
Pretty sure those are bread bags.
Just their toesies that are bare.
That doesn't make it better.
Oh.
Just the little piggies.
You're gonna get so much tetanus.
Okay, so I forgot to read the fluff on these guys, but we got little like blurbs in Waldo Weekly about them. Effectively, probably the biggest test subjects under Dr. Silas about the whole black blood sickness stuff. Declared cured? Absolutely not.
What gave you that impression?
They were cured of normalcy.
Fair. Okay. Yes. The weird mole man claw on error there. That's
a side effect.
Okay. Let's talk about their card. A 5 with the built-in mask, 5/5/2. That's very, very standard. Only 6 cost, which seems kind of weird for two dudes on a base, but I'm not going to complain. Silent Half-Blood, just like Silas up above. The defense and willpower trigger, which is baked into the defense. Immediately attacking model reduces its dual total by 2 if it has any suits in its final dual total that are also in this model's final dual total.
That's interesting.
Hey.
Yeah, that's going to be tricky to watch, but
you
once you get it down, it's going to be painful.
Yeah. First to speak on a boring conversation model. That is...
Yep.
Annoying and incredible. I want to
on
bring
the plus side, they are only 6 wounds.
I want to bring this into zip just because, and deliver them on an iron skeeter.
Gross.
Oh yeah, the other sides too. So it's probably a good thing for Silas to just yeet into the enemy crew and have them annoy him until
Trial
they die.
and error goes, sets up boring conversation. Silas goes, yeet. Have this. Have my boys.
A present for you. They're allowed to switch around their upgrades, I guess.
Yep.
And they have
When they activate
the Asylum ability restraints, where if a model is staggered and they're engaging it, they ignore that model is ignored by the enemy for strats and schemes.
That's really nice. A rusty bone saw for an attack with drink blood.
235 drink blood.
Excuse me, not built in.
And they can scream real good.
Projected
They can scream
voice.
real good.
I like to think that is coming from Trial, but it's coming out of his eye.
Yeah, his
Boobo.
eye tumor.
Yeah,
and
it's a boobo.
We don't know for sure that that's screaming, first off. It's projected voice. He could be singing
they're
opera.
at least mocking you, because they have the mockery trigger.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, it's very insulting if you're a master or henchman.
They've composed a little ditty for you about all of your faults. And they're singing it.
Oh, I need that fucking trigger on our insides. Just bring it. Where can we just give that to my girl,
For
please?
mockery? Oh, that'd be great. No,
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. Yep, that is great.
Now you're moving 9 inches towards her if you're a henchman or master. No, if you're any model. And then that henchman or master's getting distracted. I love it. Okay, and Boring Kawo, everyone's
with a crow
favorite.
trigger to give one model within range staggered. Ugh. Brutal. Honestly, the one thing I wish about this model is that it started with one of the upgrades. If it wanted to, like it could start with one and then switch it, just to make it more of a potential out of keyword hire. But I get that they're trying to like keep it in this synergy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems really annoying until it dies, which is going to happen really fast.
If they can get through that negative and just drop it down, it'll die like nothing. But it's cute. A nice annoying model.
Okay. Victoria.
I like how you're laughing. Like this isn't even a pass. Pass.
The
These
double
guys
team.
are a little rough.
They're
a little rough.
I would be so worried about some horrible fluid unexpectedly.
You're at least getting black blood disease.
And I'm not interested in that. So, hard pass.
Yeah. They've seen better days.
Trial and error on the streets, spit and roast in the sheets.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute, I might change my answer here.
I'm worried if that's all it takes for you to change your answer.
Eiffel and Tower in the sheets.
There are just so many boils.
Yeah, too many boils. Far too many boils.
Also, they clearly have not changed their clothes in at least a year.
No. If Dr. Silas was dirty, they are dirty.
It makes me extremely uncomfortable that Trial has a needle still stuck in his arm.
He's got.
Oh, he does. Oh. He's got like 2 vials just still stuck in there. I thought he was just like smuggling blood vials. But no, he's got like actual.
They're in his arm. They're in his arm.
I absolutely love silliness, so this is not a knock on the artist, but Error has tiny feet.
He does have little feet.
It is little
tootsies.
It's part of the experiments, and it's part of what makes him horrifying.
He got little tootsies.
he's so top heavy, he's gonna fall over at any second. Hey Roman, what's your answer? You didn't give one.
Big no. Big absolute no.
Sad. Okay.
You know what they say about guys with big feet?
Big boils.
They've got big boils.
They don't survive the torture? I mean, medical experimentation?
No.
He likes big boils and he cannot lie.
Can we talk about LMA now?
LMA Chesterfield, someone knock up some boils.
Hooray!
Oh, is she just likable because she hates the guild?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fair. Yes,
She original
100% in agreement there.
The original Antifa.
My kind of lady.
And she has a pet. She
does have a Robo-Kitty.
A Robo-Kitty! Okay, so she came out as a augment for Through the Breach. Just a character that could show up in your Through the Breach campaigns. Her backstory is pretty much re-explained here. She is the inheritor of the Chesterfield Firearms Company until the guild. Well, her father accidentally fell down a flight of stairs onto some bullets.
They disappeared Mr. Chesterfield.
Yeah. Disappeared him real good. And so they just kind of stole her company, their company. And so she's on just a one-woman rampage of vengeance to try to take down the guild. And her entire backstory reads as though she's an Arcanist model.
She's not a fan of organizations.
She's also not magic, which, not that they would discriminate, but...
Roman, this is effectively a named gunsmith.
That's fair.
She doesn't like organizations.
Yep.
I'm just saying, dude, give me the MNSU keyboard. I could make good use at a fire platform, damn it.
Fire platform's pretty dope.
Also, ride with me.
Okay, ride with me.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Onto the card. 8 Soulstone cost. Bandit and Mercenary. We didn't say her keyword. Which, makes perfect sense with if you look at her and you realize, oh, the card's yellow, what the fuck? And then, okay, she's got a bunch of guns. It's probably Bandit and Mercenary because she's not wearing the steampunk gimp suit.
Should have been Infamous.
Sorry, Diesel Punk, my bad. I could totally see her in Infamous, actually. She's too serious. She's not serious enough for an organization like the MNSU, but she's too serious to be Infamous. Yeah. The kitty's chunky.
That is a chunky looking hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a heavily modified hunter because it's chunk.
Yeah. She must pass the Fryholt at some point.
1 sec.
Yes.
It calls out that it was originally sent to kill her. She bested and then rebuilt and modified. Sculler.
Oh, so this is basically the Sculler. Thank you, Weird, because I was going to ask what the name of the cat was.
Yes.
They know us.
They gave us the name.
Okay. 5/5/6 move. Hooray. Size 3. Big person on a mounted character is usually size 3. Armor 1, because it's a metal cat.
Battle tempo.
battle tempo, which is fine. Not the bandit
not free loot
stuff.
Life of crime. Yeah, she does not have life of crime.
No running gun. Are you sure she's
okay.
she's a bandit
she has
character?
Sniper, and that's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
And firing platform, as we mentioned, lets other friendly models within 2 can treat their size as +1 and ignore her when drawing line of sight. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I just realized that if you brought her out of keyword or him out of keyword, Silas could yeet her across the board using firing platform, standing on the cat, throwing the cat.
Or if you bring a ancient construct into whatever crew she's in.
Oh,
they're 3 of the 4.
Fair. Okay.
Vic, what's up?
Back of the card.
With this information, my position on Silas and whether or not he's a smash or pass has changed. It is now a smash regardless of my caveats.
Aha. Neat.
Oh, because he's size 3?
Because he can pick up a robot with a woman on top of it and throw it.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But also size 3.
If he's standing on the cat.
Oh man, this is like a poor man's, aka outcast solution to not being able to put a ghillie suit on an iron skeeter. You can bring Ella May and a ancient construct into a zip crew and toss Mancha Roja.
Amazing.
Wait.
Because you see, in Bayou, we can fly with me, Mancha Roja, because we can take trench coats, and Outcast can't. Because it's inferior faction.
Okay, but I think it's funnier if you think of the Iron Skier being able to pick her up and fly with her.
Iron Skeeter can also pick LMA up and bring her with him. You get double duty out of her.
Just the idea of them standing on the cat lets them ignore the cat as though it's not
kitty.
there. Okay, back-to-back of claws, metal claws with a quick shot trigger. That's nice.
That's an oh-fuck button. If she's using that, something has gone wrong.
Chesterfield 1879, which is obviously a Winchester 1879, a relatively famous gun, which does not look like it's the gun that she's carrying on her back, but that can be the difference between the real-life Winchester and the fictional Chesterfield. That's fine.
It's beefy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It bugs me that she's wielding a gun she's not shooting on the card. This is Karis' sword all over again.
Oh, Karis' sword.
It's just a long range gun. It's a nice rifle, 2-5
that can choose to ignore either friendly fire, cover, or concealment, which is cool. I like that it just gives you the choice of one of those.
Okay, so you're gonna need to double up on one of them if you're hoping to. Well, you're gonna even ignore friendly fire if you get her Bloody Legacy trigger off, which is interesting. Yeah. Have we seen once per game in this game?
Yeah, there's been a couple instances of it. My brain's not working on what it is, but I know there's a couple.
Let's see. Maxine and Tannenbaum are the two that come up once I type it in.
Oh, yeah, because Tannenbaum can switch your schemes once per game, or a scheme once per game.
Yeah. Okay, so Bloody Legacy lets her attach a upgrade to the target that basically makes them easier to kill. But it's only one model, since she can only do it once. Drop it in puncture, and ride with me. Just a nice utility piece.
Ride with me with a trigger to give the target shielded, which is pretty dope.
Shielded 2.
Yeah, shielded 2.
Yeah. That's pretty great, honestly.
I like her. She's solid.
Yeah, I do too. I think she's another one that for 9, I would not be surprised to see her at a keyword. Just because there's a lot of good utility in there.
Bare minimum, an 8-stone ride with me model in keyword is.
Yeah.
Both those keywords like that.
Yep.
I'm not sure I'd see her being that useful in Bandit.
I mean, ride with me, park her up, and then just having him and even screening him so he can shoot through her. I don't hate that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's got a 50% chance of getting one of the triggers that's not built in on her gun, and puncture's going to be better damage. Drop it actually drops one of your schemes instead of what Bandit does of dropping.
No, drop it drops an enemy scheme.
Oh, never mind that.
Drop it is what the bandits do.
Yep.
But more of that.
I'm thinking of, yeah. Anyway, yeah, more ski markers to feed people fast is going to be helpful.
Okay. I mean, if you say so, it just doesn't seem like it's doing a lot to feed what Bandit likes. Is not the only having drop it on the model and not being able to feed ski markers any other way except just dropping them herself.
There's another model for that, and he's coming up next.
Yeah, no, okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying this seems like it'd be more relevant in
I think in general,
just
having an H-Stone model that has Ride With Me and a decent gun is just gonna find its place in both those keywords.
Yeah. And I'm with you, Doug. Like, there's nothing on here that...
It's not mind-blowing. It's just solid.
Yeah, it's not mechanically super mercenary, or super bandit, but she'll find a spot, I think.
Victoria?
Smash.
Yeah.
The only correct answer.
She wants to murder the guild.
She has a sweet robot cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she wants to murder the guild.
I'm imagining... Yeah, I'm just imagining when she is hanging out with the Vix in the fuck yurt, I'm imagining the cat is, like, sitting in the corner with, like, a tray of drinks on its head.
Yes.
Like R2-D2 in Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
I've honestly, I figured, like, the cat isn't amongst it because they need to be within 2 inches of it to make that a fucking platform.
Size,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
on top of the cat.
Naturally.
Get that kind of that galloping kind of that bounce.
It says firing. It doesn't say firing what.
6-arm 6-shooter.
6 arms.
It's a fucking name.
This droid is so fucking Star Wars.
Yep.
Roman roleplayed this character once.
Absolutely, more than once.
Oh, ew, he's got toes.
Oh, he does have little toesies. He's got little robot toes.
He's got his toes out.
That's how he stays balanced in the rough terrain.
I know my Smasher Pass answers.
The grippers for free.
Feed picks
the grippers. The metal grippers.
The internet has ruined me.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we can't see his left leg, so that could be like a normal robot leg. And I hope it is because my immediate head canon is like he showed up at the robot parts store and grabbed the last right leg with toesies on it, and as he's leaving, fucking Lord Justin Cooper shows up.
My leg!
And that's why he's got the fucking claw leg.
It wasn't Cooper didn't show up, it was the guy who made Cooper's new body.
The
fucking Corfy guy.
Okay, yeah, the dude was like, okay, you don't want a Corfy body, here's a fucking beer keg.
And this clawed foot, I guess. So hey, we have a character from Ampersand. Another one. Fucking just renegade droid, I love him.
May I also poke fun of this character for just a few more seconds?
He does cowboy wisdom.
What?
Despite its wires being tangled, as evidenced by its southern drawl and fondness for cowboy wisdom, it kept to itself, never divulging its origins. He's a fucking mysterious gunman with cowboy wisdom. I love him. I love this character.
I would also like to point out that this man has exactly one holster for his 7 guns, and it's full.
Yeah, that is his spare gun.
That is his backup 7th gun when he runs out of bullets.
And I think like the most mysterious part about him is that he has a bug strapped to his thigh.
Oh yeah.
Like he can't write because he's not putting the guns down.
Unless he's 6 arms this book.
Definitely. And then last of all, it looks like his fists are spring-loaded, so he's got some Looney Tunes about him.
Absolutely. Hands. Like his middle left hand is backwards. And his
nice.
And his to think that top right hand is backwards.
Look, they spin.
Yeah, I think his
I was thinking
his
he just
whole
like
torso looks like it spins, like it's in like 3 little sections. It looks like they like spin around entirely, which probably means he gets tangled in his cape more times than he wants to admit.
They're on like ball joints, every single part of him.
I love him so much.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Okay, 6-arm 6-shooter. Cost 755. Only move 4. Sad. Size 2. Armor 1. I'm really fucking hoping he's got armor. Battle tempo. Gabamble.
Fairly new, yeah.
Who's got it besides him
the
and
Thunder's starter box, I think.
Yeah. That's on the their minions, I think. I know the
Amai.
The
And the fucking swine to it.
Oh yeah, Stitch Together have Gamble Your Life. That's why they came up when I typed Gamble.
Okay. Hey, look, run and gun.
Making up for that move 4 with 12-inch range shot, hail of
Free
bullets.
movement. Let's see. Hail of bullets, range 12, stat 6. Against defense, target suffers 2-3 blasts, 4 double blast damage, annoying hard to wound.
Reflexes. Stunning strike and vantage point. That's the drop a ski marker anywhere between this model and the target. Awesome. Fucking awesome.
Suppressing fire.
Greatest ski marker.
Hazardous
strike marker.
Creates hazardous terrain.
And give Ella focus if she's in range.
And that is built in, which is nice.
Not even range, line of sight.
Nice.
That seems all right for a model with sniper.
Did Ella have something about improving?
No, she does not do anything specifically for 6 hours.
She rides with me and forward.
That's true. They're buddies. They're pals. And no, she rides with me Parker forward, let's be honest.
I mean, if you're playing Parker.
Or one of the Victorias. So the other Victoria can immediately place to that Victoria when she activates.
Yep. I think she does that turn 1.
Yes.
Turn 2, she might be moving the robot.
Maybe.
Because at that point, the Victorias may have, rushed into the front of everything.
Oh, shit. I mean, then he has to be my favorite fucking model in this expansion because he's an acronym for SAS.
Nice. But with 2 S's at the end, so SAS with an ass at the end. And exhibition shooting, which is interesting. It's not quite target shooting, but you can move a ski marker 4, which is, that definitely seems useful in Bandit, and regardless, can just, move a scheme out of position.
Yep. With swift action to do it again, and on a crow.
And draw a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's the much better in Bandit over Ella's much better in Mercenary, or at least more themed towards that. But no, I like him.
Yeah.
He's cool looking. He's a spider.
Technically, he is an arachnid, yes. Oh, did Ramos make this guy? Is this Ramos returned?
Oh, each of those ball joints on his arms are actually steam arachnids. Yes.
He was Ramos's final formation for the steam arachnid. The steam gun platform.
You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to just pick up the headcanon that every time we see a mysterious robot in this game from now on, it was one of the failed attempts at making Cooper a body.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Every construct is a potential Cooper body.
Maybe eventually you'll get around to doing the fucking Futurama thing where we'll just detach his head from one body and plant it on the other. Yes, I know he's technically also a torso, but...
Yeah.
Put Richard Nixon in the game.
Yeah.
The head of Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon's head in a jar. Futurama Richard Nixon.
Just make it a
Exactly.
Google.
Yeah, I would so be into that.
And then Model 9 becomes Bender.
Is this turning into a Nightmare Box wishlist snap?
Wishlist.
Yep.
We never get sidetracked.
On this podcast?
Never.
Victoria, your answer, ma'am.
Sorry, we're stick armed?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes.
Smash.
Hell yeah.
He's got 6 arms.
Bare minimum, me and 5 bros grease those hands up and let's go.
Oh my god. He's done.
Sir, you're forgetting. He's
also
got
have-
the toesies. You can add a few more bros.
He does have grippers on at least
confirmed.
1 foot.
Confirmed, at least 1 pair of grippers.
So,
Or one set of grippers.
7 up to 8.
Hold on, let's look at the render.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
It's on the release schedule. We can check.
Ooh,
It's
did that just
been
get
like
updated?
Is it not? Okay, never mind.
It's been...
I'm thinking of all the other Outcast shit that's on the schedule. Oh, no, it is. It is. Oh, yeah, double grippies.
So, if you just put him on his back like a turtle, you've got 8.
Exactly. It's like a starfish. All splayed out, having a good time. And he's a
It's been over 8 years.
Oh god.
He's for sale.
He is the most exciting addition to the fuck year that the Vics have ever seen. They have never been.
Yeah, they just let LMA attend.
They have never been more excited to add him to their collection.
Let me finally say
Say
my
your
fucking
joke.
joke, okay? It's been 8+ years of this fucking podcast, and we might finally achieve that cease and desist we've been waiting for from Weird.
I've been trying so hard.
We have all collectively been trying really hard. What do you think MPA is?
Due for another
I mean,
episode.
also
Also
First off.
that, yeah, but like
Okay, let's move on to the
fumigator.
Fumigator.
Fuck, fumigator. Oh no, that now needs to be a Bayou model. The fumigator.
it's an alligator.
The fumigator.
Yeah.
It's
We can get that in the box with the investigator.
There it is.
A plus no notes.
And the
Oh, and the
interrogator.
interrogator. It's just a gator coming out of Tara's chest hole.
This only gets better.
Yep.
I want a whole box of gator alts.
Oops.
It's perfect. The Minion 3, the Fumigator, the Investigator, and the Interrogator.
The Oops All Gators box.
Yep. Gator alts. What's up with the Fumigator, Doug? Have we seen this guy before, ever?
But yeah, his artwork might have shown up
What?
somewhere, possibly through the fucking
Oh.
breach.
That's ridiculous. They wouldn't do that.
No, ridiculous.
No matter what, I
Yeah,
bet
he
he's
was-
just a gas to play.
Right for inside.
Anyways, he's Frykor and Plague, because Hamlin showed up at Fryhole at once, and therefore they need to be
Von Schill doesn't
buddies.
have enough trauma.
Frenemies. But he looks, honestly, both him and the Tunnel Rats, guys coming up after this, really excellent way of pairing those two keywords.
They've shockingly done a good job with that. Of all the keywords.
Admittedly, the Fumigator is just kind of a more generic disease containment unit, but his artwork came first,
Yes.
I think. So
That is correct.
yeah, so we got a gassy boy. Cost 7, Enforcer, 5552, stat line, armor, because he's Frykor. Breathing in the chemicals. Very interesting. After a model within 6 discards a card, this model gains poison. Oh, it's after a model. My brain read enemy model, so that's going to be
real good for
a lot more
nihilism.
useful.
Ooh, yeah, that is nice. Extended reach of all things. I guess he holds you off with his fumes.
That's, I guess.
I
that's
mean, he
kinda
does have a
weird.
2-inch melee, so I guess that kind of tracks. He fogs you out. You approach, you get the fog.
About the time you're about ready to swing after that charge, you're coughing.
And the perverse metabolism to go with that poison gain.
Yep.
Yay, poison! Fogger. 2 blast, 3 blast, 4 blast melee attack, neato. Models damaged by the action gain poison, plus sweeping
blasts.
strike for more
And
fog.
blight on taint.
Blight
Hit you with the taint.
Hit you with the taint. Friends in low places. Lovely.
Friends
Fucking love
in
Squeak.
places.
8-inch range, shockwave, movement 3, 13 test, poison 2 if you fail. One of the few shockwaves that doesn't deal damage. I mean, poison will give you damage.
There's
but
a lot of those in experimental where it's the vials or whatever, where it's just poison.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Blast from
And
out
it's
high.
also
That's the one.
From
it's also promising more future damage because it's giving you a blight
And
token.
also blight.
Well, half the time, more future damage.
I mean, he can use taint.
Yeah, taint. He doesn't do anything with blight though, so it's
Yeah.
just if you're playing Hamlin or bring Hamlin. I guess you could
Oh, right,
hire
right.
Hamlin into a Venge Shield crew, bring the Fumigator and the Tunnel Rats, and have like
Yeah.
a
That
double
would
crew.
just-
I guess that's kind of the case with
We're
all these
like-
mixed keyword stuff. So
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're allowed one free Hamlin and a Frykor crew, but if he is able to attack Von Schill or if Von Schill is able to attack him, they have
they have
to.
like they're sworn enemies.
Okay, Friends in Low Places. This is probably the best thing
Yeah.
behind this card because it's got not a
Could drop
bomb.
drop a ski marker at range, or he can summon a Alpha right on that crow trigger of squeak.
Who is... Wait, no, he doesn't suffer the shockwave, does he? I don't remember the FAQ
He
rolling.
could, yeah, no, he could. I think he can be hit by your own shockwave, and then gain poison.
Yeah, you can. Because it works with the fire golem. Because you can
Yeah.
just burning yourself a bunch.
Yeah, so he could potentially shockwave himself and gain poison for metabolism purposes. Breathe in his own gas.
its own gas. All right. And reference the field guide, which is built-in suits. A bit better on this model than the Frycorman. I like it. He seems useful. It seems thematic and good and mildly gross. And I just want to remind people that he was created to show off the weapon in his hands, which is available through the breach. And one of the things that Weird really wanted to let you know is that you could put all sorts of things inside of that fumigator, including things like black blood or feces.
Oh,
man, when are we gonna get the feces gator?
Fecaligator.
I'm glad we didn't get the black bloodigator. What is this, Dr. Doofenshmirtz? The black bloodinator?
I think one of the other options was like liquefied plague victim.
Ugh.
Oh, lovely.
Which is probably where taint comes from.
Yep, that's the taint.
That's the taint.
Taint what it is, and it taint what it ain't.
It certainly ain't going to be a problem.
Okay, Vic had to run off to take a break, but I'm pretty sure she's going to say no on old Stinky.
Yeah.
The knowledge that he is definitely diseased is definitely going to be a pass. It comes from the fortunate position of having plot knowledge that this man is definitely diseased.
At best, he could also just be a pile of vermin walking around in a suit.
Could also just be 5 rats in a leather, Gibbs suit. Also possible. Not a fan of that either.
Uh-huh.
And we're back.
We are back.
I don't know if I'll actually put in any sort of like break thing here or not. Victoria, might as well get your opinion, even though I'm pretty sure I knew the answer. Thoughts on the fumigator?
If they take the little backpack and gas thingy off, it's a smash.
Oh.
The hood can stay on. But the actual like gas gun, I guess, is
the farter.
Is a hard no. It's a deal breaker.
Okay. We thought it would be a no just because it's very obviously infected with the plague, but you do you. What? Nothing. Moving on. Tunnel rats.
Tunnel rats. Surprisingly not, maybe still rats in a suit, but you don't know.
It took me a silly amount of time to realize that these are one model instead of
There was
minions.
a lot of discussion about that online where it's like, they don't have the little minion number. What's up with that?
So the beginning of the blurb, the tunnel rats are engineers, specialized in sapping and trench digging actions. They were called rats by their fellow Frycormen as an insult, so I don't think they're 2 rats in a trench coat.
Or it could be a Ratatouille situation.
It very much.
I'm down for a Ratatouille situation.
If you're playing them in Hamlin, it is definitely a Ratatouille situation. You have signed the contract for the Ratatouille situation.
We all love a good Ratatouille situation.
I like the guy in the back who's like the cousin of the mole man who's like half sticking out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He's just shy.
I kind of want to not put the guy who's fully like out of the ground on the base. Just have the one guy on a 50 mil who's half peeking out of the ground. Don't know what I'm gonna do with the other guy.
No. Give him like the fucking Diglett treatment and put him on like a folding chair or something.
Maybe I cut the other guy in half. So
put them in
they're both like that,
5 feet apart,
so they're not gay. Except anything goes in those tunnels, so
they don't look like they're 5 feet apart.
Yeah, they're definitely not 5 feet.
They are
apart.
Less than 5 feet apart.
Yep. 50 mil is maybe 2 inches base edge to edge. That's only 6 feet, and that's they're going to be in the 40 mil section of that in the middle, so definitely not 5 feet apart.
That's why the other guy is buried halfway into the ground, because he's at perfect ass viewing level.
Yeah, he is observing.
Look at that artwork.
He's just like my brother.
He doesn't need the headlamp on.
Maybe he does need the headlamp on.
It could be that he just misheard. Yeah, he misheard him say, "Hey, watch my back," and he just thought he said, "Watch my ass."
Watch my behind.
Look,
watch my back.
It's a spotlight.
Watch my backside.
Get my good angle.
So this is possibly my favorite name in the game. We have my favorite new action and my favorite name in the game in the same faction. Who knew that? And that's because this is directly a World War I reference. Tunneling was a huge part of World War I warfare, and people that did tunneling were often referred to as tunnel rats. And Von Schill is the Freikorps is the World War One sort of esque keyword with the aesthetics. They're diesel punk. So, and the fact that they use that as a tie-in to make them also Plague is, love that.
Very good. And if you want to see how screwed up some of the tunnel rats got, or at least a dramatization of it, watch the first season of Peaky Blinders.
I mean, it was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Just on its own.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the card 5552. Like most of the things, they're diseased. So anyone that starts within 3 of them gains a blight token. That's not great. Excuse me. Nihilism. They're not amalgam. What?
No, that's Plague.
Yeah, there's a lot of nihilism's a lot of Plague stuff.
Whoops. My bad. They're stealth, which is good because they have no way of keeping themselves alive.
They're a little fragile, but they have stealth, so that helps a lot.
I'm just slightly brittle. Strength in numbers when this model is half or more of its maximum health, it receives a positive flip to damage. Oh, so if they take 3 wounds, one of them dies.
Oh, the guy standing fully out. It's,
You need to magnetize him, so when he goes to like 3 wounds or less, you pop him off and make your opponent feel bad.
Oh, that one died.
They were partners, and now the other one's lonely. I hope you're happy. Mining tools, just a really great attack action.
Infect and taint on a crow.
Infect and taint. So I'm noticing a bit of a poison sub theme now for Freikorps,
something.
which I like. I like that aspect of Tri-Chi too, where you've got the ability to put the tick condition, both tick conditions on someone, which is a surprising amount of damage.
It also means they wiped poop on their shovels.
Sure. And it's trench gun, shotgun. Nice shotgun that ignores friendly fire, 6-inch range, so it's just on the edge of their stealth. So they pretty much have to put themselves in danger if they want to shoot someone. And the reason that they're going to be so useful in Freikorps is secret passage.
The tactical actions. Let's just get to the good things on this card.
Yep, secret passage.
With I can dig it to drop a scheme marker. Let's go.
Yes. I love these guys. It's like exactly what Freikorps needed. Yep.
And more landmines, which you don't have to put an upgrade out for. You can just have more landmines.
Have more
bonus action, create 2 50 mil destructible, severe hazardous landmine field or minefields within range. 6. Love that. Love to see more of that.
That's incredibly good because that means that because they can teleport, they can basically block off large parts of the board now, or at least punish your opponent for going into those areas. And the other thing about secret patches that we absolutely must fucking mention is the fact that Hannah can now tunnel.
Yep. Hannah can copy the secret passage.
Just fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Just stomp a robot, plows out of the earth.
Just goes in the tunnel and pops on out. They dug an extra wide tunnel for her.
Okay. I just think it's a really good model, albeit a bit fragile.
For 6 cost, I think this thing is definitely worth its stones.
Mm-hmm.
For what it does.
It has a job.
It's
and
good.
It will do it.
It's good that it has an obvious weakness. I like the sort of design of that thing. Like, oh, he's going to be really good at scoring, but if you concentrate on killing him and manage to hunt him down, they're gone. Okay, Victoria.
I'm gonna pass on these ones.
Gas mask not doing it for you?
I think it's mostly the fact that this guy is clearly ankle deep in something unsavory.
Probably just dirt.
It's at least mud.
Oh, they do mention sewage in the blurb.
Oh, all right, never mind.
A growing community needs sewage and water.
Yeah, pass.
Like Von Schill's dreams of forging underground tunnels. The man has that lovely, very basic masculine instinct to dig holes.
He's part dwarf.
If you're not digging a hole, can you really call yourself a man?
He wants to live in a cave underground, never to see the light of day again, to delve too deep.
A box of scraps.
And too greedily.
He got traumatized. He got traumatized by Zip once, and he's like, you know, fuck it.
Always
the sky
down.
sucks.
As far away from that fucker as possible.
It can't get me.
All these men trying to tell us what to do with our bodies. Get out there and dig a hole. Dig me a hole.
Onto our 10 stone versatile for the faction.
I'm not a furry, but the model.
Oh my god. He has arms.
Look at the bad omen. Ooh, woo.
AKA the weird jackal that was chasing Doc Mitchell around.
A grim ending once followed a bandit through the desert. It tracked his movements like a jackal, circled him like a vulture or a distant promise of his inevitable doom. Yeah, he's a bit of an edgelord.
So edgy.
He's the big versatile model for the Outcast faction. It's a jackal man that lifts weights.
Someone watched the Puss in Boots movie and was like, "Yes, we need that character."
But can we make him hotter?
We need death. I don't know. Did you watch that movie?
I actually didn't.
Oh, it's so good. I highly recommend Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Incredible film, and honestly, yes.
Do you need to see the other Puss in Boots movies first?
No, absolutely not. I have not watched the other Puss in Boots and watched The Last Witch. Oh my god, that is an incredible film.
No, is there unnecessarily a sexualized cat in it? Because if there's not...
I mean, there's Antonio Banderas voicing Puss in Boots.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Yeah, that's the idea, Doug. That's the idea.
Yeah, it is literally just a good film on its own. Even if you didn't have the context of Shrek, it is an incredible film.
And why wouldn't you?
It is beautifully animated and incredibly well written and just lives in its own little universe. And also the fucking wolf that is death is hot as fuck. I'm not a furry, but
questionable at best.
So yeah, no, it really was just like, let's make a hot furry. It's like, well, Vic, we're gonna make this for Vic, but she's not necessarily a furry. How do we like bring her on board? Let's give him a braid. Why does he have a braid?
Why does he have a braid? Doesn't he?
You're not
a side braid. He's Anakin Skywalker.
He is Skywalkering it.
He is a Padawan. Yeah.
Weird knows me too well.
They got her.
He's got a cute scarf. Anyways, the bad omen 10 cost. He's a ghost.
Ghost dog.
Ghost dog. 6 willpower, 5 move, size 3. He's a big dog. Demise, death may die.
I love this. I love this demise upgrade that he puts on someone.
After this model is killed by an enemy model, this model that killed it attaches an omen upgrade. It's effectively the exact same thing as the guilty upgrade, right?
Plus. Kind of.
Ominous.
Yeah,
not exact, but...
If that model dies, you then resummon Bad Omen with 4 health, and you also gain a crow trigger on all of your attack actions, where if you flip a crow, you must declare this trigger, and your action fails. Fuck you. Because, I don't know, your heart's palpitating.
That's fucking awful.
Fucking incredible. You now have a bare minimum 75% or 25% chance your action fails. And if you had crow triggers you wanted, or God forbid you have built-in crows on your attacks, fuck you.
Okay, so you either poison this bastard or set him on fire.
Yeah, if you can kill him not directly, that is to your benefit.
In-corp suppress magic.
And vengeance.
And vengeance.
Wacky vengeance out of your army.
Wacky vengeance. On the back end, spectral rend. So 246 damage track with blood loss and onslaught. Blood loss is built in, so it's 246 with injured one at least.
And if you
also siphon essence, which is built in. Yep. Fuck.
Yeah, he's spicy.
Okay.
And Ionius's eventuality, so he just can do damage equal to the turn number with a trigger to make it irreducible.
With on your heels.
Yeah, or on your heels.
And stat 7.
Yep. Stat 7 at willpower. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then 2 tactical actions. They're both bonus actions. Encroaching Fate. Move this model up to 6 inches. Reduce the distance moved by a number of inches equal to the turn number. So while Eventuality gets better, Encroaching Fate gets worse. And then Impending Doom, which
bread
is
and butter here.
A divisive attack action.
Tactical action.
Yes. But it's effectively a fucking attack.
It's just bonus action execute.
With extra steps.
an extra, like a worse execute, like as in like worse for the person
True,
who's
but
dying.
you don't have to flip anything.
Target non-leader model has not yet activated this turn during the end phase. If the target is in this model's line of sight, it must discard a card with a value of 9 or greater or Soul Stone. If it does neither, it is killed, ignoring demise abilities.
Oof. Ouch.
Yep.
Oof, ouch, my bones.
I am surprised that does not at least have a flip for a target number.
Well, I think it's balanced by the fact that they have to be unactivated.
Yeah, it means you have to activate him before something else, which, yeah.
So if he does it at the beginning of the turn, you have plenty of time to move whatever it is out of the way. And if he does
run, hopefully.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel great.
It's a little bit harder since he's size 3 and a 50mm base, but it's not impossible.
Jesus, I thought he was like a 40.
If you also bring something chunky, you can hide behind the chunky thing.
Hide behind Alphonse.
Yes. And then again, if at worst, you just got to make sure you've got a 9 in your hand. Is there a ton of card drain in Outcast?
If you're playing him in a Jackdaw crew, this could get brutal.
Yeah, I have faced him already in a Jackdaw crew. It is brutal.
Yeah, I think that's where he's going to see the most play is in Jackdaw, where you can really effectively drain hands and then just like point at something and say that thing dies.
Yeah. Otherwise, in Outcast, most of the card drain I can think of is just weight of attacks. And that is something they do fairly well. No, I don't get me wrong, he's expensive. He's gonna be, like we've said several times on the other episodes so far, he's gonna be a choice.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fit everything else you want into the crew
if you're bringing this
with
model.
him. Yeah. But
yeah, I think right now in like a Gaining Grounds 4 situation, he's probably not the best choice unless you really are digging his vibe. But like there could be times like especially like in Gaining Grounds 3 where he would be an incredible model that would be worth hiring.
Oh yeah. I will say, having faced him, kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Get him down to 1 wound and put like a burning or a poison on him. If you can.
Or if you have a model that, like, get him down to 1 wound and they have, like, a min 2 attack and you don't care about attacking with them often, do that.
Hit him with the Bayou Gremlin.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, there's a decent amount of demise ignoring in the game now. And also bring executes, not in a way of, like, executing him to ignore his demise, but kill him with something useless on your crew and then execute that thing.
Is execute not the only? Shit, fuck.
I believe I've obeyed things to execute other models, so I guess my question is, I forgot what the upgrade was. Is the upgrade a demise that summons him back?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, execute your own shit. Just kill him with a Bayou Gremlin and then execute the Bayou Gremlin. Or, I keep talking about stuff that I have access to that a lot of other people don't, and I enjoy. Oh, never mind. Enemy model. My bad. I got all excited because, like, what if you can obey your opponent's model to kill him and get slapped with the crows don't work anymore?
I mean, bare minimum, if you kill him with an enemy model, then you don't have to worry about the trigger or the upgrade anymore. But that is the solution. You found your way to the solution, just in a different way.
The less spicy one, sadly.
As fun as it would be to slap an enemy model with their own crow. Oh god, if you could do that in a Jackdaw crew, there's so much shit with, like, built-in crows. Just obey they're guilty or they're hanged to just kill this guy. I'm sure they would love that.
I forgot about, like, built-in crows. Yeah, that would completely shut off some models. If you've got a built-in crow, that action is just dead until that is dealt with. Okay, Victoria. I think we already answered this question at the start, but
yeah,
like he didn't even honestly he didn't even need the braid. That just
he's got a nice look. He's got that, like, I don't know.
He's drawing that line.
Yep.
Like, if this is my introduction to being a furry, I don't mind.
Right?
He's objectively hot. Hi. Mm-hmm. Stop judging me.
Hello. No.
Please stop looking at me.
Here.
Please stop looking at me like that.
Doug. I think Doug's judging all of us.
No, I was honestly, I was scrolling down and then realized that I was supposed to be scrolling up because we're going to Bayou. But then I got distracted by the strange lady who we haven't talked about yet. But
we haven't
Jesus
talked about
Christ!
Yet? Oh, wow.
No, Rezzer's is next episode. Because of course,
I talk about one of those models with knowledge.
Because of course, it's the last episode.
I mean, death is usually the last thing that happens to people.
Okay, let's move on to the BU.
You.
BU.
Yeah,
Starting with, of all things, a fucking
the Castaway reference.
Castaway reference.
Mossbeard. Fucking Tom Hanks ass gremlin over here with his Rumson bottle.
I will forever have the Tom Hanks voice come out of this gremlin in my mind.
Yeah.
He's so stringy.
He's a string bean. This is a grumpy old bastard.
I love his backstory because he's Angler infamous, was infamous, then got quote unquote stranded in the sunken city, and eventually got adopted by the I forgot the name of the Angler family.
Clampets. Yeah.
Thank you, by the Clampets. But the shtick is that he could have left at any fucking time. He was just too busy being dramatic.
Playing out his weird little desert island fantasy.
Yeah.
Little goober.
Even with his other crewmen around too.
Yeah, there's two other people just hanging out with him, just nah, bro, you're fine.
And it's some fucking dedication. Like, well, he's gone off the deep end, he's ignoring us, and he's pretending to be on a desert island. But we're gonna hang with him because we love him that much.
He's a silly little guy.
He's a silly little guy. It's actually not moss. That's like
algae, kelp.
Or
and a
seaweed.
Crab.
And a crab beard.
Crustacean beard.
Anyways, do you think that the face on Rumson is going to be actually part of the model?
Oh, that's a good
so.
question. Yeah, I don't know. That's a fine question. Whether or not that'll be sculpted in. I hope so.
On the other hand, if it's not, that's a perfect thing to start practicing freehand on.
You can definitely.
There's literally no way to mess it up.
You can really let your just go ham with that.
I mean, the Castaway reference is
spectacular.
Anyways, he's got chum in the water.
Yeah, he's a 5.551. Chum in the water is hard to kill.
He's starting to make sense.
Like old.
After an enemy model within 6 inches gains the focus condition, it suffers 2 damage.
Just like Philip and the Nanny.
Yep. Kind of love that.
Peer through the frog, so he ignores concealment, which is both keywords love that because you're
getting a little ahead of yourself. You're getting ahead of yourself. It's peer through the fog. Frogs are later.
I didn't say frog. You heard frog.
It sounded like
you
frog.
You are hearing things.
It sounded like frog.
You heard frog because I'm drunk and slurring. I said fog because I was talking about a guy who's holding a rum bottle, which I've been drinking all night.
Cheers to that.
He's boating the shows. Just like an infamous model. Sharp wits on the back, which is always funny to see on a little green guy. Harrowing tail.
No, okay, hold on. Before we move on from sharp wit, and one for Rumson Ramtrigger. So much like Koto with his sharp wit, we have Mossbeard also doing a sharp wit and then resorting to violence and doing a 1-2-3 with poison 1 as he bashes you with his rum bottle.
I love it.
But yes, and then also Harrowing Tail, which is like Molly's action to do damage equal to the difference in hand size, except his isn't irreducible.
Well, hold on, he's starting to make sense. And Harrowing Tail, is he forgotten?
Fuck, he could be.
I'm still waiting for weird to break the seal on 3 keyword models. I think it should happen extremely rarely, but it still should happen. Misdirected Rage, effectively an Obey, a Cussin' and a Fussin'. Bonus action to give the target distracted.
Only a 5 against
I would say triggered.
Which is, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's got a heal on it.
Oh, he's 7. And haphazard topography for a tactical action. Target a marker, push the target up to 3 inches in any direction, plus handing out distracted drop a tie.
Yeah. Both keywords like that.
This is your entire faction. What do you think of old Mossy?
He's interesting. This is what I definitely need to actually see on the table because I haven't put a lot of thought in Mossbeard. I like that he has peer through fog is one of those things where I wish Bo had that, but Bo's also a really solid model, so they're probably not going to give him something like that. But Bo annoys me because he can't ignore concealing that your own models put out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's interesting. I'm more excited about the swashbucklers than Mossbeard. I'll just say that. I'm not sure what Mossbeard is doing for most of his actions.
Neither does he.
He seems like a slightly confused model. I'll definitely give him a try, but I'm definitely more excited about the swashbucklers.
Which are very thick lads.
Thick Remmies.
I feel like Just the fact that he's handing out a little bit of distracted overall, I feel like he's gonna make more of a splash in Zip 2 than Zip 1.
Yeah, which I mean, kind of, but I'd rather just hire a swashbuckler for a point less.
Yeah,
There's
that's
enough competition for the space, and the swashbucklers have biting insult, so like, I don't know.
Yep.
Victoria.
I'm gonna have to pass on Mossbeard. Bro,
he's
Is
he
it
looks
because of the
too rough.
crab?
He's
he's
seen
having a rough time.
he's seen some shit that I'm just not ready to deal with.
Some shit that's completely made up.
Yes.
He's seen more in his own imagination than most of us have seen in our lifetimes.
Also, like, I feel like he's gonna get emotionally attached way too fast.
Probably, yeah. He could reach into stalker territory pretty quick.
And I'm just
Yeah, he's definitely gonna like burrow into your attic and never
I'm just
leave.
not equipped for that.
Like the fact that the way they've shaped the beard makes it look like he has a nose.
It
he
does,
just kind of
yeah.
have like a. It really
It looks-
emphasizes that nose-like
Okay,
structure
okay.
that gremlins have.
Okay, it looks like it's really long nose hair.
Oh no!
That's what it looks like.
Oh no!
I like his earrings. They're nice, but I'm not
He does
fucking
have
him.
earrings.
He does have earrings.
At least one.
Because he'll demand Rumson watch, and that's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
The crab is gonna watch. Is that what you just said?
The
No,
bottle.
Rumson's the bottle.
It's
Because it's a
Yeah,
play on Wilson
yeah.
from
It's gonna
Castaway.
be propped up in a corner, just like
I mean, the crab is also probably going to watch.
the crab is also gonna. You will have crabs
You will have.
afterwards.
There is an audience.
You will have crab.
I'm so curious where that crab came from, because his whole shtick is he was like Castaway and the fucking Sunken City, which is just extra swampy bayou, which crabs aren't native to.
Swamp crabs.
If it's brackish water, I can see that there might be crabs in there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a crawdad and we just can't see the rest of it.
Oh no, Bo gave it to him as like a pet.
Bo dropped it as they were abandoning him from the infamy.
And or if he was in the Sunken City, it could just be a whole different kind of biome there, as far as like
Who knows what's going
what
on
animals
there.
are in there.
It's it's where Scylla's nest, if that gives you
We
any
know
sort
there's
of
Scylla's
indication
there,
of.
Yeah.
I feel like they wouldn't let any crab live near them just because they're very easy
Maybe
to
they're
swallow.
smart enough to let them like reproduce as a stable source of food. Maybe Scyllarids are
Anyways,
also
we're getting
doing,
sidetracked. Is
farming.
anyone fucking
No.
Mossbeard before we leave?
I don't think
Okay.
anyone is fucking Mossbeard.
Okay, the swashbuckler that, oh Jesus Christ, he looks like it. I feel like I've killed this thing in Donkey Kong
Yeah, probably.
Country.
Yeah.
Same
absolutely.
with the lady one that we saw at Nova. They're very stylized. And I love them.
There's a lady one.
So,
Yeah. Finding the art for that one's gonna be hard. So that was from Nova.
boy needs to cut his toenails slightly.
But yeah, they're both thick ass gremlins. Thick ass size 2 gremlins.
You know, I appreciate the artist that drew this was willing to put a nipple on him.
Oh shit, he
Good
does have
job.
a little nippy, doesn't he?
A little nip.
They're just gremlins who also fell from the infamy and just were like, oh, Mossbeard's kind of weird, but like, I don't know, he's doing his own thing, finding some loot. We'll just hang out.
Okay, so cost 6 minions. First minions we've talked
Yeah.
about to this
Oh, God,
this
really?
recording. Neat.
God, our cast got no minions.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Angler and Infamous, as I said before, 5552. So they're
Yeah,
bigger than
they're
Mossbeard.
thick boys and gal.
Thick lads.
I found her.
Yeah, I like her.
Walk the plank as a defensive trigger on a
Which is after
tome.
resolving, so it's any tome. Push the
Mhm.
attacker, gain distracted. Love that.
Warding action.
Move towards the top marker, which in Angler is going to be tide markers,
Tides and pianos.
or schemes, or whatever.
Yep.
Oh no, it's terrain markers.
Combat
not schemes.
finesse.
Combat finesse is dope.
Yeah. That's real nice.
Showboating and unimpeded. And yeah, they're a little fragile, but in Angler they might have concealment from tide markers, and in Infamous you're probably buddying them with a skeeter, which will also give them concealing. So hopefully,
I mean, like anything with combat finesse is going to be fragile.
Yeah. But they should at least have concealing until they actually get up to grips with something, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
They get Zip's Cutthroat Cutlass, Zip 2's Cutthroat Cutlass, only at a stat 5. But if you have Distracted, you are at a negative to defend for a 2/4/5 damage track. Solid.
Yeah, very solid.
I think the extra important thing about them is that they're not getting one shot by a lucky hit from most attacks in the game, because I think the most common severe damage is 5 in 3rd edition.
You see a lot of 2/4/5s and stuff like that. So they're pretty solid to that.
Yep.
Enough to get up and do something in close combat.
Yep.
And then they pair that Cutthroat Cutlass with Biting Insult to give you Distracted. And if you have not activated, we get a pass token. Awesome.
Ooh, pass tokens.
Yep.
Also, notably, they have the tone trigger, play us some Pineni to drop pianos, because Zip 2 did not really have piano marker generation other than Earl. So it's nice that they work well with Zip 2 and also can make pianos, which was something that was like missing, because like Earl Mancha wants pianos laying around. So it's nice that there's a little extra piano generation. And didn't exist in Zip 2. And also Zip 1 just also is not gonna say no to more pianos. And much like most of the infamous keyword, we have free loot as a bonus action. I love these models.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I'm looking forward to them. Also, I really appreciate any kind of resistance trigger that is after resolving.
Yeah.
As opposed to after succeeding. Just like, have a tome. No, you get distracted.
It's fucking sexy, isn't it?
Yes.
Tony gang.
Absolutely.
Ironsides gang. Shadow Ironsides money gang.
Shadow Punch Wizard Money Gang.
I guess it works better with Shadow Tony Money Gang. That keeps the original syllables.
The timbre of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the swashbucklers. I'm very excited. 1, for these models, and 2, to actually put them on the table and cart them around on Iron Skeeters and just have a good time.
Big concur.
Yeah.
Okay, we fucking it.
I
Victoria.
would smash the female swashbuckler. I don't trust the male swashbuckler with the hook.
Yeah, the hook's a little dangerous, but
Or the long nails.
Put a big old cork on the end.
they do have some nails, but that's kind of a gremlin problem.
I can trust a lady with long nails. I cannot trust a man with long nails.
Take them out for a gremlin mani-pedi.
For what I feel are obvious reasons.
Yeah, understandable.
Doug is judging me. Resting judging face on Doug.
A little spaced out.
I've been alcohol. Let's get ourselves to Jebediah Jones.
Oh, Jebediah. I actually played him last night. I like Jeb. Jeb's cool.
All through the breach artwork.
And also was in the original Zip story as a sky pirate who wanted a pig instead of an iron skeeter.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Dope.
Man's got a
So
hat.
they kind of changed the lore on that one a little bit for this particular art.
He wanted a flying
He wanted
pig.
a flying robot pig, but this art obviously doesn't have wings, so...
Maybe he lost them in a bet or something.
I mean, mod him, you coward.
I've got a spare Karis.
I do like that
Nice.
that Jeb is the kind of gremlin who tried to create peace between the Joneses and the Tuckets by giving them hat spiders with guns. And that didn't work for some reason.
What?
I don't know why that didn't work, Jeb.
I don't understand.
Are
That's the perfect peace offering.
So what you're saying is basically the Alfred Nobel of Malifaux?
Yeah, the Jebediah Peace Prize. Let's go.
Nice.
Do you like I enjoy history, and I get a lot of stuff on TikTok. There's a surprising amount of people that thought their inventions were so deadly it would bring about world peace. And guess what? It never fucking did.
It doesn't work that way.
Stop doing that, people.
Deadly inventions don't work. Let's learn from some history, fellas.
So yeah, Jeb's just playing around with all of Ramos's inventions and living his best gremlin inventor life, and I love him. What a sweet boy. With his cool Gatling gun hat.
I want some information on what the fuck is going on in Hollow Point, because I was willing to swallow the fact that the Tucket clan was able to steal some stuff, but the fact that apparently everyone can just waltz in and shoplift wherever the fuck they want, and no one is apparently stopping them.
Well, I mean, apparently they just got more than anyone thought when they got their haul from Hollow Point, because apparently they have a lot of tech.
Yeah, and there is so much where its lore is based off of, hey, we either ran into or we stole from Ramos's shit. He was only around for like 8 years.
It's so much stuff.
He spent so much time creating hidden caches. Like, how did he have time to do anything else?
He's like the Batman prep time of Malifaux.
Yeah, I feel like he's running off of comic rules where, like, he's technically always had enough time to do everything he's ever wanted for plot reasons.
Ramos was actually immortal the whole time and was here 100 years ago in the first breach and made thousands of caches of technology back then.
I would actually love that story.
That would be kind of funny.
That's awesome. Okay, so Yebediah. And him plus Ezekiel makes me think that we have some Weird Al fans and Weird.
I would be surprised if we don't, honestly.
Now we just need a Weird Al gremlin. Ours.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god, we really fucking
go
need
so
a Weird
well
Al.
with the Bob Ross gremlin.
Okay, anyways, Enforcer Living, Construct, Big Hat, Trixie, 4 willpower, sadly. 5 movement, size 2, so he's not that big for a mounted character.
He's a little gremlin on a little pig.
Can you think of a reason why he wouldn't be size 3?
He's a gremlin, a size 1 gremlin on probably a size 1 piglet robot.
And because he can wear a trench coat.
And you can put a trench coat on him. Yeah, probably balance reasons, so you have to pay 2 stones so he can cart Somer Amar around. Because
okay,
he has right with
fine.
me.
I'm fair with that. That's understandable. Okay. Armor 2.
Love it.
And 1 less health than cost. Thank you. They can actually still do that.
They're standard.
Buy you 2 card. No, it was like not the most common thing in this wave. Like, other shit had a lot more defensive tech or health than it should have. But fucking Bash.
Look at the Bash.
To be fair, Bash has like nothing else
Bash
protecting
has wounds
him.
and terrifying. And defense 4. You are allowed to hit Bash.
I'm done with this demise. I love that. That's just a great trigger. Drop a gremlin, and then just got the pit traps
and scamper,
which you could pit traps you should really need in a Trixie crew. Scamper's nice. It's a nice little card.
Yeah.
Back of the card, he's got trampling hooves.
Very pig attack
because he's a very pig attack, and then a Gatling gun, which is a Gatling gun stat line, despite it being a little tiny gun on a little tiny gremlin inside the gremlin's
That's
small
why he doesn't get the built-in positive.
Oh,
can you imagine how strong his neck must be to
disgustingly strong neck muscles?
Yeah,
well, it's not the neck he's leaning forward, so all that force is actually going into his
shoulders
back.
And back, and eventually he'll be like a turtle man.
Yeah.
He just lays flat, puts his stomach on the pig.
Just braces with ricochet. Love a ricochet trigger.
Yep.
Scoot boot.
Clever. I actually really like the Clever Ruse trigger.
Yeah, Clever Ruse is nice.
It's always nice. Scoot in boots. Once per turn, target a marker, push the small on the base contact with the marker, then push the target up to 3 inches in any direction. So it's just a better punching bag.
You can also just push pit traps into people and then shoot them.
Well, I guess punching bag can also be another model. Never mind.
That's true.
But yeah, summon and there's summon, and you can summon haberdashers. Summon little hat boys. It's 8 soulstone summoner with a really good ranged attack. Damn, and ride with me. He's got a lot going for him. Holy shit!
Is also marker removal, a thing you needed more of.
And on that ride with me, on a trigger, he can create a pit trap. Nice.
Okay. I just think he's really good.
Yeah,
but
he's a fun model. I like him.
Okay.
In Big Hat, he's basically the new Georgine Olaf. He basically takes his spot. Just because.
Oh, Georgine Olaf's not good.
Georgine Olaf's kind of fallen out of favor. Just based on the changes and how they work, but Jeb's a good replacement for that role. I think there's still spots for Georgie, but like most of the time you're probably gonna bring Jeb instead. That Gatling gun is just so nice to have.
Yeah. Okay, Victoria.
He's got a real nice hat.
That's a nice hat.
Victoria's a few drinks in. He's got a real nice hat.
So I think I'm gonna go Smash.
Hell yeah.
He's got a gun in his hat.
This is a guy who will make you anything you want.
Yep.
He is inventive.
This is the guy that invents vibrators and metal.
Yep.
Let's go!
His middle name's Hitachi, of course.
Hitachi Jones. Old JHJ.
Weirdly, he also invents, like, backhoes and large earth-moving equipment.
Motorcycles.
Well, something's got to move.
You know, Ramos left all this tech behind, and Jebediah was the only one to really see its true capabilities.
He saw the potential.
Okay, I'm going to say no just on account of that chin is making me extremely uncomfortable.
That is a hell of a chin, though. I'm into it.
It is a weird chin, but I think it's evened out by what he's got going on with the hat.
Yep.
Hey, Weird, if you could do me a favor, could you show me, like, his skull? Like, what his skull looks like?
Pointed.
I'm so fucking
Can we
curious.
get an X-ray of Jebediah Jones?
Is he a conehead?
Is there a Rubik's Cube in there? What the fuck?
It's just cylindrical all the way up.
I mean,
To hold the metal hat on his head. He's a really tall head.
oh god, the gun gives him the nice brain vibrations. You see a number next to him that's just going down as the gun's firing. It's like, oh, is that the ammo? No, this is IQ.
He's got the warmth of the pig on his crotch and the vibrations of the Gatling gun on his brain. He's having a good time.
And look, it's so hot down there. You don't have to worry about getting pregnant because it's all dead.
Yeah, he is cooked.
His boys are incinerated.
The heat and the galloping action, riding bareback on a metal galloping pig. Cooked.
There's got to be like gremlin cuisine that's like Rocky Bayou oysters. That's just pig balls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, haberdashers. Yeah. They're according to the folk, they are literally fucking steam rackets with guns.
Aww.
Yep.
They're adorable.
So
but
they're amazing.
Because they're Bayou, they can't have armor. Unlike steam rackets. They took that extra armor and made it into an extra leg.
Yep. And
legs.
a disguise. AKA a nice hat.
Yuck.
Another ones were like, no fucking way that thing's disguised.
How would you know?
The plume of smoke, for one. Or perhaps the barrel of the gun pointed at you.
How would you know?
Hey, hang on, Doug. Are you suggesting that if you have a fine hat, you're not storing a gun in it?
That's just an
I
assumption.
don't have any fine hats.
Would you store a gun?
As an American, I have to say
Would you
yes.
put a hole in a nice hat to have a gun barrel come out of it?
If I could also shoot that gun, yes.
Yes.
Make it like a trap door, so the whole
Exactly.
Yeah, like a little finger string that you can just like pull the trigger. Just
Yeah.
yes.
It's like those cosplay ears that have like the little small strings. They pull on them, but instead of like make your
Kill
ears flap,
someone.
it pulls open the door and the gun comes out. Someone call an ambulance, but not for me.
Is this the real glory hole?
Yep. It's the most glorious hole.
Okay, so these are obviously
I
summons. They're
once-
cost 3, minion 3 construct, got 4 willpower, 5 moves, size 1, Bayou 2 cord, demise cannon fodder, disguised,
And mobile headwear.
mobile headwear that lets big hat and tricksy models treat them as scheme workers, and they die if they're like removed as scheme workers. Fashion sense as a melee a stat 3 willpower melee attack. Okay.
With a 1/2/2 damage track.
And slander.
Yep. So it can be a 2/3/3, which isn't bad.
And then I don't agree with this at all. Boomstick, which is a shotgun.
You don't know what they're loading into those guns. It could be anything.
Wait a fucking second. Okay, so I know for a fact that is an actual stat block, and through the breach of it's not exactly the same. I'm going to be upset.
Probably not. I hate to disappoint you. I think the Through the Breach one has more blasts.
I'm sorry, it's not even a fucking shotgun. It is long
Yeah.
arms. It's a
Yeah.
rifle. Range 12, so that's already wrong. Weirdly enough, the same damage track.
That's wild. I think the Through the Breach boomstick is more accurate to the second edition boomstick.
Which would make sense.
Oh, fucking inflation took away 2 inches.
Yep.
Shrinkflation.
Took my 2 inches off my goddamn boomstick. Thanks, Biden.
I apologize. I thought boomsticks were shotguns. Possibly because boomer is a fucking shotgun class in the game, but whatever. So yeah, these are just going to be cheap throwaway things. They can occasionally get a little bit of damage off, but you're looking at it for hat trick, I think.
And scuttle for marker removal. And notably, there's a reason I would consider hiring one of these in Somer 2, because you can drop a ski marker, scuttle that ski marker, discard a card, summon a Bayou Gremlin off of that, and then move your move, and then drop another ski marker for a future big hat model to do more things with. So your 3-point Haberdasher can also summon a Bayou Gremlin that Somer can then grow up and do some other big hat minion.
Yay. Are we even going to ask the question, Victoria?
I'm gonna pass, but I will adopt every single one that I come across as a pet.
Yes. These are Jebediah's accessories.
Yeah. These are things you can wear in the bedroom.
Yeah. Much like the Banyang and the Sunless Selves, these are Jebediah's accessories.
These are what I steal from Jebediah's room as I'm leaving after our one-night stand.
Yep. I'm taking this one. You can't stop me. Like, all right, that was always allowed. I was going to give you one.
It's a peace offering.
They're in a bowl by the door like mints.
I have like 20 of these
Take a handful.
things. I keep tripping over them.
Stealing your bowl.
Take one, goddammit. Bash time?
Bash time.
Bash time.
Bash time. It's bash.
Bash, my beloved.
Bash. It's a
I love
big
this creature.
white gator.
Albino gator that swallowed part of December after he got cleaved.
Yeah.
Yay. And now just wants to eat everything.
So he's the big, versatile model for the Bayou faction in this game, but he's also December, because he's got a bit of December in him. I mean, you probably talked to Rob about this. Is this guy good in December?
This thing is insane
Rob
in December.
Both Rob and myself are very excited for an option that is not the Ice Golem that you can still do damage with, just because that way if somebody's going, do I bring armor ignoring or do I not? Is it worth it? Like, just that question is going, oh, okay. Because if they aren't bringing armor ignoring, they're bringing ruthless, and one of those is going to be useless. Yeah. Meanwhile, you now have a ruthless option that's not raspy. He still has a ton of, multiple different healing options. And that rancid smell to make enemy models nearby take a -2 actions targeting models other than Bash, gonna help out some of Raspy's other folks, like Danger Moose.
Okay, so let's go over the card. 4 defense, 5 willpower, 5 move, size 3. Frostbite, which is just plinks damage off of things that gain slow if they already have slow. Laugh off, fuck you.
Love having laugh off right there. That's nice.
Got it.
Any
laugh off.
Any laugh off model that is not going into Thunders where they already have like 5 or 10 models with
or
it.
Guild where they get slapped on any 2 models.
Yeah.
You know my opinion on no you can't abilities.
It should be a discard, but as a Bayou player, I will take it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Ruthless and his one singular defensive ability, Terrifying 12.
Defense 4. Let's go.
Terrifying 12 is not nothing, but if he wasn't 14 fucking
he has
wounds,
one other defense ability, and that's his 14 fucking wounds.
just a bucket in it. That is That is not even.
That's maximum.
That's like
is literally maximum wounds.
A combat master wounds.
I love it. And unimpeded.
And unimpeded. Jesus Christ. Excuse me. Massive Jaws, one attack. He only needs one attack.
One.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
2-inch melee. What's not to like?
2-inch melee on a 50mm model.
Onslaught.
Well, I mean, he still needs to have the card on him.
Onslaught. Chill. Tear
and
off
tear
a
off a
bite.
buff.
Good solid triggers.
Yep.
So, Rancid Smell. Effectively challenge, but in an R as opposed to a targeted attack. And Eternal Hunger. Target a marker. If this target is a corpse marker, this action receives a ram to the final duel total. Push this model 4 inches towards the target, then remove the target. 4 triggers. All of them nice. One of them, Hateful Instinct, which lets it take the attack action, takes the action again, sadly without triggers. And it would be abusable as fuck if you could just keep doing this thing over and over again. Icy Display, which creates a ice pillar in base contact with the model. Would the Bayou have any use for that ice pillar?
Not really. Not really. That's a raspy thing.
There's probably some instance where it'd be useful to have that blocking terrain there.
Wong can throw them around and multiply them.
Yeah, or you can scuttle them in Angler or with Haberdashers. There's things you can do with them, but nothing wild.
Tear off bite,
which is what is built in if it's a corpse.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a corpse. You can still eat it.
You can munch on shadows, pit traps, pylons.
He hungry.
He'll eat anything,
crunch,
really.
Crunch.
Scraps. Been to
Yeah. Haberdasher.
2-inch pulse of
that.
injured one. Hell yeah.
Pulse of injured one. Oof.
Ow.
Yep.
Fuck that. Oh, unavoidable injured's the worst.
Yeah, that's brutal.
This is actually another reason that Raspy loves it, because really anybody in Arcanist loves this, but Raspy's the only one that can take it. Marker removal. We have 2 ways to do it now.
You have to borrow a Bayou model for it.
That's fine. It's a good Bayou model.
Because we needed more marker removal. I love my faction. I do.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, he's great in Raspy, too, because then all your ice pillars are corpses. And then you can tear off a bite. That's great.
Yeah, this
chomp, 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 snow cone.
This model, Bayou loves this model. Raspy loves this model.
Yep.
I wish I had an extra model.
Bash is one of 2 reasons I'm upset that Ezekiel did not get a Bayou keyword, specifically Whizbang.
What is you're getting shit out, okay, he's not technically in the Bayou faction, but the fact that there is a gremlin, and 5 new gremlins to go with that gremlin, as well as 4 extra gremlins in the gremlin faction.
I'm greedy.
Just because of a fucking board game.
Yeah, Christ.
I'm so fucking jealous of you, man.
I wish he was Whizbang.
So, Victoria, you fucking Gator Godzilla?
So, look, here was the thing. I was originally wondering if, since he's been infused with magic, he was able to consent.
I don't think so.
Because that's
I'm gonna go with no
that's
there.
one of the Harkness test things. But then it was pointed out that he has rancid stench on his card.
Yeah, that's not great.
And that itself makes it a hard pass.
No, he has to activate it though. It's like a fart.
It's not like a skunk sprout.
From eating something that was not meant to be eaten.
Barfs it up. I think the bigger problem is that there is no eating you out, it's just eating you.
Yeah.
See, here's the deal. I can go without that, though. This is revealing too much about me.
Well, then we can skip.
But the fact that it doesn't pass the Harkness test, is also an automatic pass.
It never says he can speak English.
It doesn't even necessarily need to be English. It's just he needs to be able to indicate that he gives consent.
Bash exhibits a remarkable intellect that contradicts his animalistic instincts. I'd say that's probably enough for self-awareness.
Followed immediately by he is driven by an insatiable hunger, preying upon anything that. Yeah. So even if he could consent, even then, you could very easily have I consent, but then I can't stop myself from eating you, which I argue is
problem.
Yeah. That's multiple problems, because it's almost like you lose the agency to consent if you can't yourself complete the act to which you are consenting.
So Drumstick's a model.
Another model I played last night.
Excellent.
Good segue.
He's
Tell us, Nate, was the bird in fact the word?
Bird's pretty solid. I like the bird.
Nice.
Yeah, so our jockey is actually named Ace, and tamed a giant native Bayou condor that unfortunately appears to have died. So Somer, being the fair competitor that he is, hired some Gotros to necromance it back to life. So now it's just a undead rocket-powered bird.
I am highly amused that because Ace is on him, Drumstick is classified as both living and undead.
Yep. Yeah,
This is amazing.
there's always a jockey on there, so they're the living part.
Yep.
I'm honestly surprised it's not also Construct looking at the goddamn thing, but
Yeah, that's fair.
there's enough robot bits slapped in there. It could be a Transmortis model for all we know.
And it's a bird. It could be Beast. Like, you could have all 4 characteristics here.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. Drummy, we're getting into our new extra 4 jockeys from the Bayou Bash expansion, so we get another big hat model. Hooray. So big hat jockey versatile.
He's not wearing a
He's
big
not wearing
hat,
a very big hat.
sadly.
He's got the little pilot's like cap thing going on.
So
Probably lose the hat in the wind, unfortunately.
he Drumstick Ace. Oh, okay. I guess I'll go over the card for it first because I forgot what I was going to say, but I'll remember probably 5 defense, 4 willpower, 6 move, size 2. Got Squeal.
Squeal's always good.
Bio 2 card, Flight, which would make sense because it's a fucking bird. Ramming Speed, which not all of the jockeys have.
Who's missing it?
A turtle?
I think they all have it. Yeah, they all have ramming speed.
Oh,
Plus 1 stat and a suit built in on a charge. It's the turtle doesn't have a stampede.
Okay, it's Stampede. Also, it seems kind of useless because the turtles move 3. Anyways, Sharp Claws.
The most remarkable thing on Sharp Claws is Heave. Heave is such a good trigger.
Heave is a really fucking great trigger, especially on bigger bases. Yeah. Falling Skies.
Fun little shockwave.
Shockwave 1. So he's an astronomer.
And we can also remove ski markers, which in Big Hat, if you remove a ski marker, you can discard a card in Stormer 2 to summon a Bayou Gremlin.
Yay. That poor Hammer
And then
Dasher.
you get bonus action to summon a Bayou Gremlin.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, you can just bonus action, take a damage, summon a Bayou Gremlin. I love this guy.
I cost 6 bottle I can summon.
Yeah, he's great.
A Bayou Gremlin.
He doesn't. I don't give a shit.
Gremlin.
It's still a summon that has no TN.
Yep, it's so good. I love it. It's amazing. I love this guy.
It's holy fuck.
I'm also interested in trying him in Whizbang, just to do a Falling Skies into all my models and hit their Hard Knock Life and also push them 2 inches. Probably paying a bit too much of a premium for that, but might be worth it.
Right. Okay. So what I now remember to say is he's a jockey.
Yes.
Right. So he's participating in the Bayou Bash. So we first start off with Summerteeth Jones trying to fucking cheat by using a goddamn bird that can fly. And Karma was kind enough to kill off the damn bird before the race. Be like, hey, no, you can't cheat. And he's like, fuck that.
Necromancers. Hey Zeke, what's your fam doing? Can we make this work out? I got money for you.
I'm still not sure how this thing manages to raise. Hey, it's a Bayou Bash. Who gives a shit? I also really appreciate that he has very obviously set himself on fire with the jetpack.
That bird is not going to last.
Yeah. I mean, they'll just bring it back again.
Exactly. You just slap on
With
some
more
new
robot
feathers.
parts. Okay, Victoria.
Here's the deal. Ace is a solid maybe. He clearly cares about that bird. Based on the blurb, he was upset when it died.
Yeah, he's an animal lover.
So he's a solid maybe. The bird itself, absolutely
Obviously not. Yeah.
Not only is it on fire.
I think for the jockeys, we're mostly talking about the riders and not their steeds.
I sure hope so.
What?
Doug?
Anyways.
Doug, do you have something to say about Squish and Squash?
Shut up.
What are Doug's thoughts on the bird?
What did you think that noise was about Squish and Squash?
Just a hunch.
Shut up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you. Ace looks like a good time. He seems like a silly guy.
To be fair, the model is named Drumstick, which is clearly not the jockey.
Yeah. Drumstick, no.
Drumstick, no. Drumstick is not only on fire, but also undead and a bird.
Yes. Nothing good comes from
Ace, that. Maybe. He looks a little young for me, but maybe.
Okay, now we can move on.
Barely.
It was certainly annoying.
A try-time model.
Barely. A try model. Hey, 2 of us play that.
I play that too.
3 of us play that.
Some of us more than the others. 3 of us play. Okay, fair. It's an old dude. Why did they decide to name him? They decided to name him Shoots for one fucking joke. For one fucking joke at the end of his blurb.
I can appreciate
and I'm
that.
here for it.
He does not like ladders.
Shoots is the name of the jockey. The model, the fucking whiskey gammon is named Barrelby.
I wonder if that's also like
Shoots
a side claptrap reference.
Probably.
I absolutely fucking love the fact that Shoots has decided to paint angry eyebrows.
An angry mouth.
Yep.
And an angry mouth on the Barrelby. But they're obviously here for a good time. I don't see them like ever winning the Bayou Bash ever.
Yeah, he's
ever.
just there to have a good time.
But is the Bayou Bash really about winning? Or is it about all the alcohol we drank along the way?
Are you sober, or are you someone who's actually having a good time?
I think the Turners probably take it seriously, too.
That's fair.
They're probably upset at the fact that it used to be just pigs, but now all these, oh god, undesirables.
All these snowflakes. All these liberal snowflakes coming into my Bayou Bash.
Anyways, Barrelby is a force of living construct, versatile jockey, try. 4 defense, sad. 5 willpower, 5 move, size 2. Armor 1, because it's a fucking barrel with armor on it. Hide in the barrel, which is going to make him more defensible, because that defense 4 is doing him no benefits. High tolerance and ramming speed, like we all love. Staggering punch. Who doesn't like a bit of staggered? 2, 3, 4 damage. 0 inch reach, because that's what's on staggering punch. Plus accidental rollover. Pushes model 5 inches in any direction, ignoring any models. We've seen this before. Barrel blast. 2, 3 blast, 3 double blast, damage, range 10, unsigned. Oh, neat. Targeting move. Push models damaged by this action 2 inches in any direction, plus ricochet. Everyone was ricochet.
I love that. This is 100% a Bayou Bash, like, based on the mechanics of the game, and it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
They really kind of sold that theme if you know the game.
Asleep at the wheel, the tactical action, suffer 1 damage, push this model up to its move in inches, ignoring other models, markers, and terrain, then drop a scrap marker into base contact with it. Finally, we got something that could possibly help Cooper Jones.
Yeah.
We've had a number of things that can help her out. It's just you're paying for her and then at least one other model to make her work.
This feels the most keyword.
Yeah. It's the most in keyword that has the fewest hoops to jump through, the other one being Akaname.
Yeah.
But yeah, very much that's what this is doing. Also, some range damage in Brew Crew is unusual and appreciated.
That barrel blast is solid.
Yeah,
like
especially of versus move, since everybody has staggering punch.
Yeah. And I mean, in like, I guess kind of Christmas tree land, if you charge something, staggering punch, build in the accidental rollover on ramming speed, push out of them, so you've done like essentially a 3-4-5 with staggered, and then you throw a barrel back into them. That's not bad.
Yeah. Yep. Possibly with ricochet.
Yeah.
It's so much
just solid chain there.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. I also really like to sleep at the wheel because the Brewery 2 unpack can be a bit finicky at times. Being able to ignore other models on that move is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing is if you do hide in the barrel, he's got the shielded, and then he can do that without taking the damage. You're only moving 3, but you're moving 3 for free, and then like maybe if something is range, you charge 3 and hit them, or shoot barrels at people. That shielded gives him that extra movement for free, even if it's reduced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, like hiding in the barrel turn 1, asleep at the wheel, drop a marker for Cooper to like summon off of, and then go about your day.
Okay, Victoria. The best.
I'm gonna pass on both Barrelby and Shoots.
Yeah, he's a little skinny. I feel like I'd break him.
In contrast to Ace, who looked a little too young for me, he looks a little too old for me.
Yeah, and a little too in the bottle.
Yeah, and a little too drunk. And then, of course, Barrelby...
I would have a drink with him.
He's probably younger than he looks, unfortunately.
Would I have a drink with him? Sure, yeah, absolutely. He looks entertaining to drink with.
Yeah, he's definitely fun to hang out with, but...
He probably has, like, a million stories. So absolutely, I would drink with him. But this is smash or pass.
Not smashed or pass.
Boo.
Which I will say, I do kind of wish he had like a smash trigger on his barrel blast, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. And then, Barrel B is a gammon, and I don't know that gammon are able to consent.
And also a wooden barrel.
Yeah.
And also...
with metal spikes all over him.
Also a wooden barrel with spikes all over him, yes.
I would drink of
really
Barrel
funny.
B's fluids.
I'd suck on him,
I
yeah.
would suck on Barrel B. I would give Barrel B head.
I'd give him the good suck. Anyways, let's move on to Toast.
Roman looks so disappointed in all
I would
of
barrel
us.
on his B until he blast.
Oh, barrel blast me. Barrel B right in the face.
Toast. Our resident Mad Max reference.
He's a reference to something? I couldn't have fucking tell.
Mad Max reference, and I was honestly shocked this didn't end up in Big Hat to go with Georgie and Olaf.
Yeah.
Okay. Rickus Doofus. Rictus Doofus, which sounds like a Monty Python sketch.
Yep.
Saw the bullshit that was Drumstick and was like, I can do that.
Apparently he's a taxidermist.
He's a taxidermist, and that is a very bad taxidermy job, so I don't think he's that good at taxidermy.
He's an engineer who thinks he's a taxidermist.
He's like all creativity and no application. So he apparently resurrected a giant turtle, kind of, and replaced a lot of
the giant turtle and the shell and put the rest in machinery.
Fucking invented galvanized rubber.
Nice.
To put monster truck tires on it.
Even though this thing is not a construct.
It's not a construct. It's just undead. It's mostly metal. It's got an engine and knives.
This monstrosity. And I guess he just hangs out with the infamous crew. And Zip loves this thing.
Yeah, no, who fucking doesn't love this thing? The thing that bothers me is that the person that's actually driving it doesn't have a name.
Get a name for Furiosa Gremlin, unfortunately. Which is a shame, because she is, spoiler alert, definitely the smash for me on this one.
Yep.
Notably size 2, so an Iron Skeeter can pick this thing up and drop it off.
Jesus Christ.
An Iron Skeeter with a gremlin on it can pick up these 2 gremlins and the 4-wheeler turtle and drop them off.
They're probably using the grappling hook to help out with stability.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
You strap it up and you go, man, that's not going anywhere.
Yep.
So Toast. A little Toast.
Well, but if you for some reason you haven't seen the fucking artwork, Rictus Doofus is the Doof Warrior with a flamethrower spouting banjo.
Literally the perfect.
AKA amazing.
The perfect creation.
Last comment on the artwork before we move on to the actual fucking card. When I said I wanted a snapping turtle in this game, this is not what I meant, weird.
It's a monkey's paw snapping turtle.
It's like the closest thing to technically what I asked for, and I hate it so much. No, I love it. As weird as it is, like, this is extra weird for Bayou. It stands out for fucking even Bayou Bash models.
If Bayou Bash the expansion hadn't come out, and like future me came back and told me that there was a 4-wheeler turtle Mad Max reference with a flamethrower banjo, I would have said, fuck you, no. Impossible. How would they?
No, you would have been like, okay, maybe, but it's like Big Hat, right? No, it's not. It doesn't even go with Georgie and Olaf.
I would have bet money on this being in Big Hat just to go with Georgie and Olaf.
Why is it named
and
Toast?
Drumstick. I don't know. It turns people into toast with the flamethrower.
Yeah. Also, the turtle is in fact toast. It's dead. It has shuffled off its mortal coil.
Okay. I guess I'll deal with that. Okay. Cost 6. 5/5 defensive track. Move 3, which is great for a racer.
It's alright. We get around that. We'll get to that. Size
2. Armor 1. Ramming speed. Showboating. You take the wheel.
Love
After
that.
this model resolves the walk action and may discard a card to take the interact action, which
That
is
really
really
helps
nice.
with that move 3. You can make that more efficient.
Catching the treads,
Just like Louisa.
which is really it's slingshot slobber
Love to see
knocker.
more of that trigger. It's a weird one, but it is fun.
Yep.
Basically allowing another infamous kind of dive bomb the target
And
as a weird.
and slander for more distracted and more damage if they're near ski markers, which again, seek 2 lows.
Flamethrower. There's a flamethrower on this thing. Who knew? That's a good amount of damage, I guess. What
For
if
more
more power?
blasts.
Even better, more blasts. Because it's Janine on a 2 blast, 3 blast, 4 blast. Is a 2 blast, 3 blast, 4 blast. Bleh. And then all-terrain turtle.
How we get around the move 3.
This model suffers 1 damage. Pushes up this model 6 inches, ignoring models in severe terrain. This model pushes through. This way must each pass the target 12 defense duel or suffer 2 damage. So don't put it through your own
Unless
shit.
you're playing Whizbang.
Uh-huh. Yeah, fair. I can't wait to stagger him.
I mean, ultimately, if you stagger him, he's just going to all-terrain turtle and then probably flamethrower something twice.
Yeah,
and if he really needs
probably.
to scheme, he'll just move an inch and then discard a card to scheme. Staggered at move 1 though is funny. Like, oh no.
You know, I'll bring Ledger in that way he can't use all-terrain turtle. Victoria. You get
Yes.
you down the clown with the snapping turtle.
I will smash both of the riders.
Yeah,
Toast
the weirdos
itself,
on the back.
No.
You gotta involve the turtle, so it's gotta be on the turtle.
I mean, on
the
top of
turtle
the
is
turtle,
the
sure.
fucking platform.
On top
Yeah.
of the turtle, sure. I'm not actively...
At that point, you're just going full thematic post-apocalyptic Mad Max and just having a fucking wild time
on
with these
top,
2 weirdo
yep.
gremlins.
Yep.
On the dead turtle.
On the dead turtle.
10
But,
out of
like,
10. Let's go.
Yeah, on top of it, absolutely. Like actually involving it in the act, no.
There's nothing left to involve with that turtle.
Exactly.
It's barely a turtle.
It's barely a turtle. It's mostly a 4x4.
I like how in the fluff they're like throwing it spare parts in the crowd at the Bayou Bash,
It's
and
not
yet
a
it's still not a construct. What like mechanically? Why is it not a construct?
No, I guess because Earl could heal it. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I mean, it's versatile, so anyone in the faction can take it.
I
So
guess
does it break with
Sparks
like?
can't obey it with command construct? I don't know. It's weird. It's
That
weird
would-
that it's
that
not
would
a
be my
construct.
bet.
They don't like giving us constructs because the Ballyhoo Bucket Clampet's on a construct either.
Well, they're a tractor.
But it's not a construct.
Yeah, because it's a tractor.
Notably not a tractor. Construct. Not a construct. Tractors.
Tractors are family.
Anyways.
Squish and
Hell
squash.
yes. Incredible.
That's 3 smashes for me.
We don't get a name for this jockey because apparently the jockeys who ride these 2 particular toads just die so often. They get split in half.
Yeah.
Which is
At least this jockey looks like
kind
she's
of
having
horrifying.
fun. Like, I like
Oh,
her
yeah.
flair. Honestly, this is a really cute.
Yeah, this
Gremlin?
roller derby style gremlin. She's adorable. I love her.
Yeah.
Got the toes out.
Yeah, she's got her little toesies out.
Also, Squish and Squash are the frogs attached to her. Their shtick is that apparently they can just jump in and out of the red cage, and then the LaCroix are like, oh well, that's cool. So we'll strap a gremlin to them, and they can go down into the red cage and like look at things, and no one really comes back. The frogs come back, sometimes attached to a severed foot, but
half of a gremlin.
yeah, it's like, you know what? Okay, let's put them in the Bayou Bass, which is safer.
Yeah,
It's not.
slightly.
Let's see. 5'5", move 6. Yeah, that tracks. Size 2 also tracks. 1 inch toads, 1 inch gremlin.
1 inch toads, 1 inch gremlin.
Frogs. My bad. Flinch.
Love that.
Which
Oh,
you know,
it says they are toads. They are a pair of hyperactive toads. They look like frogs,
They're frogs.
which are frogs. So yes,
Shut up. I still don't want to believe you.
you can't handle the
Ramming
truth.
speed and stampede. Lickety split. as their attack action. Push either this model or their target up to 2 inches in any direction. Target suffers 2, 3, 4 damage. There's a lot of movement with this character.
This one moves all over the fucking place.
All over the fucking place, like it's like a gremlin strapped to 2 toads that are just having a blast unless they're getting all the weight pushed on them.
One of them is having a blast. The other one is
I'm sure they'll switch spots in a couple of seconds. Kissed by a Prince.
No damage and the target heals too.
So this is basically healing your friendlies.
Charge
this
your
is
own model,
just...
build in the tome, and heal them. Give them a kiss with your foot frogs.
Give them a little smooch. So they heal too, and they get a little push too.
You get to heal them with your foot frogs.
Heal them with your foot frogs.
Honestly, that is a really nice ability.
It is. It's great.
And Rampage.
And then fucking Rampage, even more movement. Pushes model 5 inches, ignoring any other models, pushes this model, pushes this target models, pushes this way much. So, on a charge, 6 inches, hit with lickety split.
Rampage through them.
Push the frogs 2 inches, then rampage through them. Just math-wise, you're getting 13 inches of movement on 1 AP. That's absurd. That there's no other way they can move around, right?
Of course not.
Definitely not one way they just get unlimited amounts of bounces, right? Menacing Croak Hooray. It is limited by their health, but still, it's fucking absurd. Enemy models within range much ease past a target number 14 willpower duel or gain distracted plus
with
1
built-in swift action.
With swift.
This is the best version of Menacing Croak that exists in the game because it has built-in swift action.
This is one of the best performer models, Roman.
I know.
This is an amazing Infamous model.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. And leapfrog this bullshit. My God, this fucking
It's
bullshit. Doesn't cost anything. 6-inch range, and thank God it's 6 inches, because otherwise it'd be extra broke. This model suffers 1 damage, places this model in base contact with another friendly jockey or kin model within range. This model may take this action again.
If only there was a way that there was an Infamous model, maybe in this book even, that would give this model shield, or a kin model that would give this model shielded. You could do this with no cost. That'd be crazy.
A tall order there. Yeah.
That couldn't exist though.
You could go so far with these guys. Victoria, what the tongues do? The foot tongues.
The girl is a cutie.
Yeah.
But the frogs are
frogs.
So I'm continuing to run into the consent problem.
They're barely consenting to be roller skates.
Okay, so you just you bang the gremlin, but the frogs stay on.
Oh, that gets slippery.
I feel like that's a bad time for all of us.
It's great.
At least
you're like
kind of loud.
That is bare minimum a hopping bad time.
Based on the blurb, the fluff, the thing in the book, I think at least one of us is going to end up torn in half.
Probably.
Hot.
No,
not
that. Hot.
Maybe they mean figuratively torn in half. Maybe they put that in there, and then they specifically didn't say literally torn in half, because you know what, those fucking perverts and steam-powered scoundrels are going to have a heyday.
Hold on. Hang on. There is actually not a torn in half. There is the 2 toads, frogs, whatever, promptly pretzeled their rider into a shape best left to the imagination.
So hot.
No. Terrifying.
Depends on the imagination.
It's fucking a bunch of frogs invented the Kama Sutra in Malifaux.
The Frogga Sutra?
Like Karma
the frogs
Sutra.
come off.
The frogs
all.
come
I'm
off.
with you.
Okay.
Stay in the room, though, just to make things kind of exciting.
Sure, if they want to watch, whatever. But the frogs come off.
So, okay. Before we leave, I want to say one thing. This is our second mention of Gremlin Town, but I haven't seen that anywhere in the actual fluff. I'm really excited for this to become part of the plot, or at least a thing going on with the Gremlins, because like it seemed like it was just another Mad Max reference with Georgie and Olaf. But now that they literally said that there's a place called Gremlin Town, I'm super excited for whatever the hell this is.
It's just a thing.
It sounds...
I feel like it's the town that just grown up around the racetrack.
I feel like Gremlin Town is like the libertarian wet dream.
There's no bears.
Who
There could be bears.
owns Gremlin Town?
Georgie.
Georgia and all.
Is it Tina Turner?
We don't have a Tina Turner
Not yet.
gremlin. What the fuck,
Come
Jonathan,
on, Jonathan
Weird? We really do.
Give us a Tina Turner gremlin that runs Gremlin.
You know, just make it like it's a gremlin that's copycatting Sen. Yeah, there we go. They're done.
Nice.
Anyways, moving on.
The
Hog oil salesman.
Look at that hat.
Look at
That
that
is a
pig.
hat.
That's a grumpy pig.
It's another historical reference. Cool. It's referencing snake oil salesmen, which are doing the exact same thing. Selling you bullshit that is not going to help you or kill you. One of those two.
The
Best case scenario, not
hog
help
oil
you.
salesman seems more effective.
Miraculous medicines. How does he know how to spell?
You know, just copy the book. Copy the shapes.
Okay, anyways. He's a 4/4. Oh, shit.
That's right, he's got flinch.
Move 5, size 2. Yeah, he's got flinch, but still. Hog oil ointment, like runner up for best ability in this new wave. Just the name. I don't give a shit about the
Okay, when
ability.
a friendly model within 6 heals, it gains shielded.
Neat. On the move, ramming speed, but not a jockey. Unimpeded. He is could die very quickly.
He's a little soft, but
And just a little squish. A little bit of the squish. Got headbutt, an attack that you can take, I guess.
if necessary.
I
It's most
like,
of the time. So the thing with headbutt, it's a min 1 that you can build in the mask for Stickum. You can charge Ulix and have him take a shot because he is a beast.
Ulix too.
Yeah. Or any of
Uh-huh.
the pigs, or like a swine curse and give them a glowy and then make them do an action. There are uses for this attack, and usually it's on your own models. But the collision trigger is also useful. That's a good little pulse of damage. And that can also make this pretty spiky at 2, 4, 5, potentially, if you just build in that RAM. Yeah, collision's a spicy trigger.
No, I was just realizing you stick them on the fucking frogs.
Yep. Yeah, you stick the frogs, and then you heal them and give them 3 shielded. With the I need a volunteer. That's a nice little team.
Sales pitch?
Sales pitch is fun. Yeah, it's a bonus
nice.
you can do to an enemy model who's within 6, and then potentially get a ski marker out of it. It's fun. It's fun on hucksters. It's fun on hog oil salesman.
You're either drawing a card or getting a soul stone. There might be some benefit for your opponent. You don't
it's
know.
always fun. It's just fun to do.
Mm-hmm. And then I need a volunteer,
The most
which is
important
good.
action. Yeah, the most important action on this card.
You push this model into base contact with the target, so it's a free 6-inch move,
Then
which is
the
definitely
target heals 1 or ends a condition.
heals 1 or ends condition. But that's the only thing it can heal. What? There's also a heal trigger.
Yeah.
So it's effectively a 2-3-4 heal track thing,
Or
going
give
on.
you fast and burning, or give you shielded too.
What?
So yeah, we charge, squish and squash, do a damage, have them take an action. Then we need a volunteer up to them and give them 2 more shielded, and then they can place 3 times potentially with no damage.
Fuck. Okay, so what you do is you hit them with spiced coffee, and then you hit them again, remove the burning, and get
Well, you
them
can only
shielded.
volunteer once per turn.
Oh, fuck. My
Negatory.
bad. I can't read.
But if you heal them, you can give them a shielded so they can have fast and jump around everywhere.
Do I look like a person who can read? Okay. You like them, right?
Yeah, it's a
They
fun
good?
model. It's one I don't know how to judge without actually seeing it, but like it looks fun. It has a lot of cool words on it, and I'm happy to try all of those words.
It's one hell of an endorsement where it has a lot of cool
words for a 7-stone model, and I'm excited to see what those words do all together.
What them words do? Vickery.
He's got a silly mustache.
He does have a silly
A
mustache.
magnificent silly mustache.
You probably get kinky with that
But he's
hog
gonna
oil
steal your
ointment.
wallet. So
Absolutely.
I don't like mustaches.
fair enough. So that's a pass.
That's a pass.
Well, I gotta go shave this
That's
thing
not-
off.
The
Not
mustache
like an
being a
aggressive
part.
mustache.
The mustache being a part of the beard is very different from having a separate mustache, which is what I struggle
Nice.
with.
He's got the full twiddly, snidely whiplash going on. Yeah. Oh, that is his laugh. That is 100% how he laughed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thank goodness no railroad tracks run through the bayou.
He has tied a gremlin damsel to a railroad track.
He's gotten sparks to build railroad tracks.
There's no train that hits anything, so he's just tied gremlins up, put them on the railroad tracks, and nothing has happened. But
for
he
fun.
did it.
I mean, it's still death sentence because something's going to eat him.
But yeah, no, there's the mustache, and then there's the fact that he's going to steal my wallet. So it's a pass.
Yeah, pass with me. Now this, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I was today years old when I realized it's a play on a sign twirler.
I love that.
Because we don't have those in Iowa.
Oh, you don't?
We have...
No, we don't.
Not a lot of them.
I'm kind of shocked.
I've never seen one in the state. It's all wacky, waving, flailing arm, inflatable
You know the
tube
most common advertiser with a sign twirler I've seen is Little fucking Caesars.
We have like one.
We have sign twirlers occasionally in the summer. And then also if somewhere is going out of business.
Yeah, definitely.
But otherwise,
definitely out of business sales.
They're very rare to see in Iowa.
So yeah, I did.
There's a
reasonable for me to not realize what the fuck he's supposed to be.
That's fair.
I'm not sure how twirling a board with a very angry pig strapped to it you get from juggling, but that's what the
I'm sure it makes
says.
a very interesting noise.
More diversion.
Yeah,
fuck that.
I'm kind of shocked that there's a minion 2 with diversion in the faction that can pay 4 more stones to get 2 more diversions in the crew. That surprised me.
Angry dog. Defense 6, that's nice. Willpower 4, that's less nice.
Typical.
Move 5, size 1. Gabamble.
Honestly, not bad. In the crews that this is going into, that ski marker can get used. Because kin, we have Sammy who can turn that into a stuffed piglet or flying piglet, and in pig, you can turn those into piglets. So.
Right this way, I'm fucking jealous of this ability. Yep. Friendly models that start to move within 6 inches, not a Nora, can move through other models.
Love
That's really
that in
nice.
Ulix.
I really fucking want that in my keyword. Solicitation. After another friendly kin or beast ends the walk action within 6 inches of this model. Within 6 inches of the model may push 5 inches towards the model after the actions resolves. Oh, these things go far.
It's a more restricted hitch a ride.
They're like mannequins, but probably useful. Oh, beast. Okay, so that... Oh, okay. Jockeys. Yep. I like his bow tie.
He does have a nice bow tie.
Hit with swine. Has that been used before in this game?
That's new as far as I know.
Okay, targets push 2 inches, 2/3 damage track, pulled here and there, and unintelligible screaming as...
Like the goat.
Options? Like the goat.
Getting to do annoying on a trigger is the best use of annoying. Because who's going to spend an action to do annoying?
No one.
No one intelligent.
So gremlins. All day, every day.
And yet, they're the ones who have figured out how to not spend an action to do annoying.
Other than the goat.
Yeah, the goat.
That's fair.
Wax piglet, just like Lenny.
How does that work if it's strapped to the... He's fucking Captain America.
Yeah.
Yes! You know what? That wasn't what I was thinking, but you know what? I see it now. Especially since you can have -2 stat to ignore range or ignore line of sight. And friendly fire.
We know what Nate is painting at least one of these now.
No, not my boy.
With a built-in blaze trigger.
What the fuck?
That one I don't understand.
Son,
I guess they greased up the pig and lit it on fire. There's a lot of questions I have about that one. That is strange.
Hang on. They are in their sign/swine twirling, telling you about hot deals.
A fire sale.
There it is.
Hot gilfs in your area.
Oh.
That's basically what we're talking about.
Hey,
take by the hand. Love that.
Take by the hand.
Ugh.
Here you go. Here you go, Ulix. Push 3 and take a shot.
I know. I know, weird, that you're doing this type of stuff to save on, like, brain space, and you're reusing triggers that do the exact same thing by using the same name and all that. But for the love of fuck, could you at least just this one time, instead of having it be Stick'em, do Take by the Trotter?
Nice.
That can be entertaining sometimes. Okay, Victoria, you fucking this. Well, okay, is this a good model?
I love this.
Nate?
I'm excited to make people hate this model, because if I can have 4 diversion auras in a crew.
I have yet to play Sui. I want to play Sui, and he looks very exciting.
This one I will definitely try 12 points of swine twirlers in a Sui crew. I will make it work. I don't know how, but I will make it work.
Victoria, you banging this strapping lad with the bow tie?
Pass.
It's a smash for me.
I like him. He's got stable employment. As stable as there is in the Bayou.
He's got vim. He's got vigor.
Energy.
He's got spunk.
He looks too silly.
He's holding what appears to be a full wooden door with a pig strapped to it. That is a strong gremlin.
He's having a good time. Anyways, let's move on to
the biggest smash in the Bayou.
Hooch D.
Yeah, baby.
Now we're talking. Ugh. Oh, the toads. The big toads.
Okay, so his claim to fame is he got eaten by a toad and he didn't die.
And he got back out.
Yeah.
What if Harry Houdini was a gremlin who got eaten by a toad and got out, and that was his magic act that he did regularly, and also licked toads and got trips and was therefore weird.
And made booze out of the toad lickings.
And out of fireflies.
Yep. Yeah, you know.
Toad licking the fire. I really like that little bit of the fluff, because he's like, oh, he's got this glowing moonshine called 40x Firefly Frog Water. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And my brain didn't click why it was glowing, even though it's pretty obvious in the fucking game. But then they explain it in the next blurb from my dumb ass. I appreciate the fairly anatomically correct frog skeleton on his hat.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
to
no,
me.
it's great. Everything about him.
I appreciate the puns on this card.
It's perfect creature.
Yes.
No shit. Roman likes puns, y'all. You fucking... Anyways. 7 cost, 5 defense, 6 willpower, 5 move, size 2, because it's the size 1 model on another size 1 model. Bufferlight Jump. Evasive. That's good to have.
In Whizbang.
Is that good to... Yeah. What he doesn't want... Yeah, does he want to be hit by those things?
He doesn't have Hard Knock Life, so he does not...
That's what I was thinking.
Unless you were specifically trying to get glowy on him with Wong's effects, in which case you use him as the shockwave, you're probably not trying to do damage to him.
Okay. Magical Influence, which is nice. Suit. Toadal Power. Once per activation, when this model takes an action, may discard a glowy token to treat the action as having +4 range.
Wacky.
Yep.
Does that work with dropping ski markers?
No, because dropping a ski isn't base contact.
Same reason.
Base contact is not a range.
Yep.
Right.
Same reason Raspy can't drop ski markers through ice pillars.
Oh, but he can vote from 4 inches away, 5 inches away.
Yeah.
Vote by tongue.
No, they have to be within 1 inch of the marker, right?
Yeah. And 1 inch is a range. Anything that says within is a range.
Oh no, the action
the action
doesn't work this way
plus range.
The action +1 range doesn't treat the action as coming from that. So no, it doesn't work.
I'm sure there's some bullshit we could figure out with this. Anyway,
that one actually works in this case.
Or at the stage when this model would suffer damage from poison, instead gains a glowy token, which is good and a fucking try keyword.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like he's getting multiple with Brewery too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because you can take poison early to get extra glowy that way.
Yeah. Yep.
Ale Drench Blast. Range 8.
Really stretched for
stat
that
5.
I love it.
Target suffers 1 blast, 3 double blast, 3 double blast damage. Models damaged by this action gain poison 2. That's quite a bit.
Yep.
Plus blaze that doesn't replace the poison. So the poison burning build with Brewery is now definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Hypnotoad. Everyone loves a good Hypnotoad. Target gains is distracted +1 and is pushed up 2 inches. Trapped a door. Enemy only place the target within 4 inches of its current location.
Another trigger I want in Performer.
Hilarious that it's not in Performer.
Right? There are like 3 things on this card where I'm like, we haven't used that name already?
What the fuck? Why do the gremlins keep taking it?
Hey, you know.
Maybe Colette should be by you.
I'm still just looking for future Tri-Chai Performer crossover. That's all I'm looking for. Or Whiz-Bang crossover. Either way, we're good there. Speaking of things that I didn't realize we didn't have the word used already, prestidigitation.
What?
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
Especially because it specifically calls out hopscotch, so it's definitely never been used before.
Yep.
And it's never going to be usable ever again.
Unless it's in Tri-Chai or Whiz-Bang.
Why no?
Yeah. So it's a 6-inch, needs a 6 to go off shockwave, but instead of dropping a shockwave marker, it may center its shockwave on a hopscotch, our next model, within range. If it does so, increase the target number of any generated willpower duels by 2. It's a shockwave 2, starts off at a 13, which means it could be a 15, or gain distracted 1.
And if anyone taking those duels is near Olivia, it's then a 17.
Yeah. Has a built-in tome, which is this model gains a glowy token. So this is your 1 guaranteed as long as you can find a 6 glowy token per turn. And on a Crow Delicious Finish, models that fail to resist the shockwave gain poison 1. So it's distracted 1, poison 1 if you get a Crow. Already very solid here. Tactical actions to finish us off. We have I Need a Volunteer. 6-inch range, needs a 6 to go off. Other model only once per turn. It's going to push this model into base contact with the target. The target may heal 1 or end 1 condition. 3 different triggers. On a tome, target gains a glowy token. On a mask, hey, it worked. Target heals 1, 2, 3. And on a crow, spiked coffee. Target gains focus 1 and poison 1, which is also a trigger I'm surprised we didn't already have, but I love it, and I look forward to seeing it on more things. The big cool thing that I am wicked excited for with this is the plus 4-inch range on several things here. Because from a Brewmaster perspective, getting poison out at range early is going to make... Yeah, that's not a thing they can currently do. I think they can get it out with like 8 inches maybe with the Whiskey Golem on 1 target. Houdini early on is not going to have a ton of problem going, like, get a focus on him, walk, press digitation just to get him his magical feedback, and then total power to make Eldritch Blast 12 inches, and do moderate or severe for 3, double blasting 3, poison 2 onto a bunch of stuff. A, that softens up a bunch of targets, and B, more importantly, lots of poison on things that isn't going away at the end of the turn. It's going to tick down to 1, so you have all your beer goggles and things set up for next turn.
Yep.
So the approach, especially on ranged crews, is going to be less of a horrifying, like, I must have things to hide behind while I move my entire crew up situation for Brewmaster.
Very interesting way of going about, hey, we need some way to make the approach without all of us dying.
Yeah.
But instead of, like, granting protection, like you normally would, like, setting up walls or concealment, like, no, we'll just throw poison on them early.
He's just sending them a crate of booze to start the party early. It's the pre-party.
And even, like, just the idea of using I Need a Volunteer with total power to move 10
suddenly
inches.
You're pushing 12 inches. Yeah.
Push 10
It's
inches
like
and then heal something.
Yep. So the push on I Need a Volunteer does not say push this model a certain range. It is range 6. Push Houdini into base contact with the target.
As long as there's no, like,
so if you make that
intervening blocking.
If you total power that is a 10-inch range, and you're still pushing Houdini into base contact with the target.
I like that this is reflected on the Hog Oil Salesman with very similar triggers but different. I like that we have both spiced coffee and spiked coffee now as triggers.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria's? Understandable.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would. Houdini seems like
Anyone?
fun.
Anyone know what kind of toad that is?
Lumpy.
I think it's probably some kind of horned toad, given his eyebrows.
Horned toads,
Or
I learned
lizards.
today, are lizards.
Really?
They're not.
Yeah,
they're not
interesting.
actually frogs. They're lizards.
Oh, my best guess. I tried finding out what kind of breed, species of toad it is. Best guess is a cane toad, which also has the big eyebrow ridges.
These guys look like cane toads, which would make sense because cane toads have the toxins.
Yep.
Makes sense.
One question though: does total power work on mark territory from 12 cups?
4-inch.
Does that make
pulse.
it? Does that make it a 7-inch pulse?
Oh, it might.
I think it does.
That's fucking
Oh.
huge.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ski markers.
Slorp. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, best boy, and then we can call it a night.
Yep.
Hopscotch, the Jabba the Hutt of fucking toads. It's a big
fucking
toad that ate Hop's Houdini and didn't kill him, and now it gets lovely skin treatment from Houdini. And any other part of the fluff that we need to go into.
Yeah,
No, okay.
He hasn't died because nothing wants to eat him because he's very poisonous. That's a cane toad. Yeah, no, this is a cane toad. It's basically what cane toads are in Australia.
Same cost as Houdini. Very upset we don't get the name of Houdini's mount.
That is a problem.
Sad. Let's see. 555, size 3, a big boy.
Yeah. Large.
Hard to wound, magical influence, Mithridatism, gaining poison instead of suffering shockwaves, pulses.
Poison and a glowy token.
Oh, and a glowy token, my bad. Perverse metabolism, which is nice, and slippery. Gotta love
I gotta know
slippery.
what Mithridatism means.
I want to say it's like an alchemy term.
Yeah. It's close to Mithridization, but it's changed because it's not quite the same.
Okay. He bite.
Oh,
Yep.
it
He
is the
snack.
practice of protecting oneself against poison by gradually self-administering non-lethal amounts.
Ah.
Oh, that's cool.
He's slowly dosing himself on iocane powder. Nice.
Weird is teaching us science. He's probably just licking
learned
himself,
what a clue
right?
was. We learned what Mithridatism is. We're learning so much from Ashes of Maliso.
Asses.
Correct.
Malice.
Bite is nothing to.
Yeah, correct.
Bite is a 2/3/4. It's basic bitch damage track with undersea toxins, which is a very good trigger. Not built in though, but he can he give it?
Yeah,
to
he's got magical
himself?
influence.
Yes, he
glow
can.
that.
He's got magical influence. He'll glow himself up
Mm-hmm.
for injured and poison. Delicious. Sticky tongue. Lower size model suffers 1 damage and is placed base contact with this model. 4-inch reach, so not too big, but some lovely movement shenanigans. Does that trip Brewery 2's thing? Tipsy slide? Or whatever it
No,
is?
that's only when Brewy moves people.
Okay.
Taste the
After the
rainbow,
errata.
motherfucker.
Okay. You still might have a hazardous to drag someone through. Taste the rainbow. Discard a glowy token from the target. This model gains a glowy token. Target heals 1, so it's probably more of a...
That's a whiz bang thing. You move up, grab someone with your tongue, place them on the other side of you, damage them, give them fast and glowy, and then heal them with another glowy.
I mean, you can also do with Hooch damage.
Also true. Yeah.
So, and creep along.
With poison for perverse metabolism.
Yeah. He's a model.
The other thing I want to call out on Sticky Tongue is his bad trip trigger, which is models within Pulse 3 of the target suffer 1 damage. After the place, that's going to include Hopscotch, which is going to give him
and
poison.
glowy. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah. He's weird. He's functions around corners in a, instead of in a straight line. He's real fun.
And he's a giant fucking toad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And saw at Adepticon, they had these in the case. The model, my friends, comes with a top hat and monocle.
Yay! Oh, I just want a bunch of these just for the top hat and monocle to use elsewhere in the game.
This box with the toads, by admittedly a small margin, but it is there, is my most awaited box out of Asses of Malifaux.
Yay!
Also, the good thing about Sticky Tongue, target him to model with lower size, give him a trench coat. He's size 4.
Yeah.
Grab those size 3
yeah.
models and yank him around.
So, Victoria.
I think we know the answer to hopscotch.
It being an animal is still a problem.
Yeah.
As with every other animal model that
it's a toad.
that we've had.
Not even really a special toad, just big.
I appreciate how, like, your top issue is always consent, not like this thing is literally going to kill me if I try. I appreciate you. I love you.
You've seen some of the monsters that I've said I would fuck. So
I have.
Me dying is not a deal breaker.
Big millennial energy.
Would you lick hopscotch?
Probably not, honestly. He lives in the bayou. Let's be real.
But he secretes drugs.
That's fair.
I don't care.
I would.
It still poisons you.
The thing also, I've never been a big drug user,
That's
so...
fair. Me neither, but I would try it.
There are certain things I'm open to trying. Licking a toad for the very first thing I try is not that.
Licking a toad that's 9 feet tall. So, since we have hopscotch, I'm declaring, until Weird tells us otherwise, Hooch Genie's mount is butterscotch.
Yeah.
It's a cute name.
It is a cute name.
So, around the table, because why the fuck not? Top fuck, top not fuck. Victoria,
I don't...
out of these two facts, like, what we've reviewed,
V is the top.
what makes you the most horny? Okay. And most, absolutely the fuck not. Out of them.
There are so many animals, but I think my top absolutely not is still trial and error.
It's a little spicy.
Understandable. Roman?
V is a solid choice. I think I go with LMA as my top. Barely above V, but that solid guild hate just does something for me. Plus Robot Cat. And as for a not, I think trial and error is just the no.
Nate.
Oh man. What's it gonna be?
Just gotta think hard, folks. There's so many options.
I think Six Arms has some interesting potential. I want to explore that.
With you and 7 of your closest friends.
Me and 7 my closest bros. I mean, I gotta echo the trial and error sentiment. Just those guys have had better days. Nothing good comes from them.
Oh my god. Okay, so going with my usual restrictions. Can't pick something you guys have already picked. So fuck me. Fuck it. Squish and squash.
That was my other choice.
As far as absolutely the fuck not,
Toast the turtle.
You know what? Yeah, we'll go with toast. I was gonna say toast or bash.
Nothing good comes from toast.
Nothing good comes from bash either.
Yes, actually no.
Toast.
No toast, specifically because I have an unreasonable fear of snapping turtles.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
That I still think is extremely reasonable fear of snapping turtles. Okay, so I think that's good. I think that's good. Call it a night. It's very late, especially for Roman.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
But we've got 2 more factions left, and we can finally call asses and Malifaux done. We can go back to talking about asses.
Well,
in Malifaux.
We'll wrap this up, and then we'll go over to MPA and talk about asses and Malifaux.
Okay.
Most
fair,
important
That's what we're talking about, the actual fluff.
Oh yeah. Before we leave, come out to Good Things Happen the last weekend of June. Charity tournament to fight children's cancer. And if you can't come out, then donate to the Ko-fi. Please. Yes. We love you. It was a really good time last year, an absolutely great time last year. We raised a lot of money, so hoping to make it a yearly thing. But
check the
if you don't donate, you're pro-cancer or something. I'm actually not going to say that because that's an awful thing to say. Yeah, check this out in show notes really. But anyways, I have been Nate is technically running this.
Sure, I guess. I guess technically I commandeered the captain's seat.
This is like the 3rd time it's happened. At some point you'd learn.
I know. I don't though. I don't learn. Historically speaking, I don't. So I've been part of your host, Nate. We also have Doug. Say goodnight, Doug.
Hi, I'm the other part of the
Good night,
host.
Victoria.
My joints hurt.
Yeah. Good night, Roman.
I desire the frogs.
Give Roman the frogs weird. And
You
as
cappers.
we always say on this normal format, fun is always king.
Fun is always
Night,
king.
everybody.
Thank you
Frogs
guys
are
for
always
listening.
Frogs
king.
are always
Good
king.
night.
Night.
Bye.
Songs used in this production are Villainous Treachery and 5-Card Shuffle. All music is created by Kevin MacLeod and is licensed under Creative Commons.